I'm the guy you want to hug that wears a helmet.
Right. Yeah, you were like trying to pop in for like a quick lunch quickie, basically.
Right.
You're just coming in, showing us the dick, and leaving,
Yeah,
basically.
pretty much. I mean, that's how I run my life. It's worked out for us so far.
Yeah, he just...
Summer! Yeah, same room, full swap. I'm down.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm sleeping out here.
Yes.
And if anything, they're
us.
tickling me in the middle of the night. And it isn't Izzy.
Yeah. No, don't do that.
Pride Month was June, Sean. This is
House,
August.
baby. Woo!
Help.
Help.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Not you, me.
Oh,
I'm the one who needs help.
okay.
I've been kidnapped.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Now You Made It Awkward podcast, episode 107. I had to think about it because recorded 106 like over a week ago in real time. So, of course, I am Shoky. You can follow me in all these Shoky-related things down below. And as you can see, I'm not in the Shoky cave. I am somewhere entirely different because I'm on vacation. So, I guess technically speaking, I probably ruined the surprise for most people, but they won't know because it'll be weeks in advance because we're several episodes ahead now. But as you can hear there, I'm like I said, I'm not home. I'm actually
In my home.
at Casa de Shaun,
Casa de Love.
the diesel cave. So, guys, longtime friend of the show and/or myself, and the guy who texts me earlier than anyone else in the morning, even sometimes before my own wife. Of course, I have with me Shaun. Welcome to the show in official capacity because you were actually one of my original co-hosts.
That's right, man. I appreciate it.
It was you, me, and Mike.
So happy that you guys made all this effort to come down here and go out of your way to come see us. It's really appreciated. Thank you very much.
Dude, if I drove this far fucking north and didn't try, you know how stupid that would be? It's like, I mean, like, even if we only had a few hours to hang out and I didn't bring all the fucking podcast equipment, I still would have come by. You know, podcast equipment is just because it just made sense.
It's true.
But I'm not making a trip to Canada for Mike. Fuck you, Mike.
Yeah, fuck you, Mike.
All right, guys. So, of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like all the things. And sorry, my throat's a little raw from the last couple of days. Shut up.
In the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, shut up. Look, you're the one who drinks the horse cum drink, not me. You've made it. You're the one who gets the gag at it.
God.
So either way, like and subscribe thing. And of course, guys, if you want to, you can help support the channel, all my channels. And in fact, this one, by checking out the Patreon, where you get the full uncut video version of the podcast, where actually you get a tiny little extra at the beginning of this because I had to record some stuff to make sure the setup would work here in this new environment. And Sean's first time on camera being all awkward.
Yeah, awkward as fuck.
Oh,
And
you
drunk.
know, do you know why I'm having issues? I forgot that I'm fading between scenes instead of cutting. And for anybody who needs to see this, cut. See how fast it goes like that? It's beautiful. Unfortunately, you can't see because it's over there. Nope. If I put the computer over here, you'd be able to see, but then it'd be awkward for me because I'm used to looking right at my screen.
Because now you made it awkward.
Exactly. God damn it. Why does everyone feel the need to actually say that? So either way, so I said the Patreon thing, but of course, guys, you can write into the show at NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail at gmail.com. The thing will pop on the screen, and you notice I added the sound effect so people start paying attention. They go, oh, there was a ding. What did I miss? You know, it's all about mental manipulation.
That's right.
And then normally you would hear Sean's voice coming across from the Facebook Messenger, where you could also follow us on Facebook at the Now You Made It Awkward podcast on Facebook. It's also on the screen or linked down below, and you can send in a messenger. It's not that hard if he figured it out.
For real.
Like, honestly, he's kind of a moron. But
Absolutely.
In a fun way, though. Like, that's not to be mean. He is delightfully stupid.
Yes.
It's a good thing he's sexy. The head of hair, man. Look at that.
I'm the guy you want to hug that wears a helmet.
Right.
Sometimes.
I feel like you had to think about that. You're like,
Yeah, my brain and drunk. It's a little slow right now, but we're gonna get into
yeah.
it.
So this will be interesting. So
Yeah.
I'm sober. He's not.
Nope, and haven't been the whole fucking time.
He's so nervous.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It is.
You think I'd be the nervous one? I'm coming into a strange environment. I've never even been to this part of Texas, and I came from Oklahoma.
Yeah, which is even worse.
Yes, Oklahoma is literally Texas' hat.
That's true.
Ain't shit going on up there.
dirty
Except for
ass
Trisha's birthday. So at this point, belated happy birthday to Trisha, because this is coming out in like 2 weeks from now, because we're 2 episodes ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and Jeff hit me up. He's like, so when are we recording this week? I was like, dude, we're ahead by 2 episodes. We don't have to record this week. I'm going to be tired as shit. When I get home, I'm going to be doing nothing tomorrow. Actually, no, that's not true. I'm going to be editing if I'm going to be doing anything. I'm going to spend hours hooking up all my shit after a 6.5 hour drive home, 7 hour drive home.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, basically, if I have any energy, I'm going to edit the podcast that Jordan was on. So that'll be fun. Now, you want to talk about nervous and hard to pull information out. Like, I know you can talk when you're not fiddling with stuff. Because most people forget you were on the early podcast because you didn't say much.
That's true.
Because you were usually painting some Gundam kit or something. Sanding, so he muted until he could sand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were on the first 3.5 episodes of the podcast.
That's
and then
right.
you had to go because, frankly, you didn't have time for it. We were like recording at night. And you're basically trying to live your life.
And there was a times where y'all were doing it on Sundays, which was the only day I could give the 3 hours-ish to do it. And then when y'all switched to Mondays, there's no fucking way I could do it because I work Monday through Friday and Saturday and some Sunday.
Yeah, you were like trying to pop in for like a quick lunch quickie, basically. Right. You're just coming in, showing us the dick and leaving, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's how I run my life. It's worked out well so far.
Yeah, he just...
Summer!
She's outside with my wifey.
Yeah.
So here's the problem. We have now left our significant others unattended outside to talk about us.
Oh, God, there's no telling. Just tell sex stories. That'll work.
It might be fun.
It could be.
I mean, like, I just hope they get along because they're very similar people.
Yeah, same room, full swap. I'm down.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm sleeping out here.
Yes.
And I feel if anything, they're tickling me in the middle of the night. And it isn't Izzy.
Yeah.
It's like I've got podcast equipment to hurt you with.
Yeah, Izzy's a power top. Don't let her size fool you.
So also, guys, it's kind of a coincidence that we both wore blue and we are sitting against this kind of bronze goldish background. So
yes,
it's an interesting color grading today.
It's the Taj Mahal dining room.
It's nice though. I like it. You got a family table. We don't even have a table.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've got a folding plastic table from Academy.
If it works, it works.
But we don't. It's covered in all the shit from episode 100 still. Like all extra podcast equipment, anything new that comes in is all just sitting on there. So Jessica can't even use it the way she wants.
Damn it.
She wants to use it for building puzzles and whatnot.
Oh my God, Summer had her puzzle kick.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
The most annoying fucking shit ever.
So at some point they'll probably come in here and we'll try to get them on camera.
And start puzzling, probably.
Bitches, puzzles.
Bitches be puzzlers.
Bitches love puzzles. Actually, if we had just a regular set of cards, I'd be teaching y'all how to play Mal.
Good, because I have no clue how to play cards.
Yeah. But do you have any regular playing cards?
Probably not.
I see some games down there.
Yes.
I mean, so Mal is Uno but with regular cards.
Oh, okay.
And there are technically set rules, but the genius part of it is you don't tell people what the rules are if they're new to the game. You learn by being punished.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So it's all about negative reinforcement. And if you're a little bit sadistic like myself, then you can have a lot of fun. But I am very fair. I don't bullshit people. I want everyone to follow the rules equally. But I will give you a few chances and I will give you time if you have not quite learned the things.
Gotcha.
But I will only hold your hand so far before I start smacking it with a card.
Or sticking it down my shorts.
I'm not doing that.
What? No. No, don't do that.
Pride Month was June, Sean. This is
this
August.
out, baby. Woo!
Help.
Help.
Wink, wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Not you, me.
Oh.
I'm the one who needs help.
Okay.
I've been kidnapped. Well, you know what's bullshit is we went on this whole road trip and Jessica just decided to be the fucking passenger princess. Didn't fucking drive at all.
Oh, God.
I drove all of the hours.
Damn.
But I mean, it's not like I'm not used to it. You know?
That's true.
I've only been behind the wheel of a vehicle in some professional manner for most of my life.
That's a good point.
since I was 18.
Yeah. You got a cast iron ass.
I mean, if that's one way to put it.
It works.
I don't know about that. Bruised tailbone, bad sciatic, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Things that I'm going to therapy for. literally physical therapy, which I normally would have had tomorrow morning, but I said, I'm not coming in that fucking early. Even if we went home tonight, I would not fucking try to get in there at 8 a.m. for therapy in the morning. I'd be like,
Fuck no.
So I moved it to tomorrow afternoon.
No.
Tuesday afternoon. It's not Monday yet. So this is the even more fucked up part. So this is Sunday, but it feels like Monday to me. And now we're recording, which makes it even feel more like Monday. And we haven't even recorded on a Monday properly in weeks. So that's why it's even more fucked up, my whole schedule. And then Jeff is like, when are we doing the thing? And I'm like, we're not doing the thing today. It's like, okay. So, I mean, like, Jeff does need a little bit of extra time off because he ended up with his extra gig. So, like, it's fine. So he has an extra side gig doing security.
He's working 2 jobs now?
Well, he has time to do it before doing the other job. So he's just getting in a little bit of extra time, just get a little more cash in pocket, which is always
Nothing
good.
wrong with that, man.
No, you're very familiar.
Yeah,
It's
get
you
your hustle on, man.
I'm surprised you're not working on something right now.
I should be, but I took it off because I had fortunate events that I told you about.
Yep.
So I could afford to take a day off for once.
Yep. Yeah, just coincidentally.
Yeah, and totally worth it, man. I couldn't ask for more right now.
So, I mean, like, literally this whole weekend fell together.
Yeah.
Kind of the last second. So I did not know I was on vacation this weekend because I forgot what week I chose. Trisha sent me the invite to come to her birthday party. And I'm like, damn, I don't know if I can make it. It's because I thought about when I get paid for my vacation, not when my vacation actually is.
Right.
So when I look at the calendar, I just think check goes here. And I forget, oh, wait, never mind. I'm actually off on that date. So I just happen to be off the week of her birthday.
Right.
And then you happen to have the availability today for us to swing by. Though the thing that sucks is I didn't get to see your Nova that you've been working on for months.
That is true, man. I've had that thing for over a year, and it finally went home yesterday. And
I thought about swinging by on Friday
yeah, I wish you
just
could.
to see it.
You've seen pictures, and you've seen a dozen pictures,
But it doesn't, but you don't get to smell.
right, man. When you fire that 550 horse up LS3 and hear it chop,
And it might have been funny to put Jessica in it.
yes, I did want to throw her ass around.
She
the
would have
back.
peed. She would have peed in it.
That's okay, man. We'll put some towels down, get some Windex. It's fine.
You don't use Windex on urine. It's an extra ammonia. It's
Oh,
a bad
yeah.
plan.
Ammonia, forgot about that.
Yeah.
Ew.
So, I mean, we don't have a topic or anything, but you do usually provide an early episode question.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I mean, you're in person.
Okay.
What kind of weird shit you got on your mind today?
Well, I guess question for the pod. It's not so much weird, but the events of this weekend, and now that you're here meeting me for the first time after almost 5 years of knowing each other, what is it like to finally meet someone off the internet in person?
Well, you know what's funny about that? Because last year I met Bobby and all of the other people around the realm, and even Ricky and Rob and other members of this. How weird is that? The guys I've known the least amount of time I've met don't even live in the same state.
That are the farthest away.
The guys who literally live the farthest away, I've met them. Well, except for Mike, because Mike definitely lives the farthest away.
True.
Fuck Rusty, he doesn't count.
Yeah. Fuck you, Rusty.
Fuck you, Rusty.
Dusty.
Dusty mechanic. So no, I mean, so that was actually the weird part. I think because I had that experience last year, this is not even remotely weird.
That's
but
true.
Also, compared to everyone else, you and I talk daily.
That is true. Yeah.
Like, we talk daily.
Yeah.
Like, when I made the joke early on, you are, except for my boss, you're generally the first person I hear from every day. So, like, if anything is going wrong at work, my boss will message me on my way to work, and that's how I know my day is going to be shitty. And then usually you'll hit me up sometime between 5:30 and 6:30. And Jessica is sometimes in between there as well, if not slightly after. So I jokingly said earlier, I hear from you before I hear from Jessica. That's usually true. And it's usually a 2 to 5 minute voice message. So actually, it's because of you that I even have the idea to do the voice message for this show. Because you voice message me every day on Facebook.
That lonely day, I figured out how to use that little button with a microphone.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, like, it's... The weirder part is coming into someone's world. If we were meeting out in public, I figured, actually, you know what? I take that back. Because I think it would be weirder if we just met out at a restaurant or something. Because it would feel like we still have that parasocial relationship because it's not that personal. me coming into your home is a very different situation.
Very true.
Because I've seen pictures of your house. You've told me about your house, like earlier with the pillow.
The
pillow of death.
The doom beam.
I encountered the pillow of death before anybody told me it was a pillow of death. And in the back of my brain, I went, is this the pillow of death?
Yeah.
Because I've heard all the stories. We've talked all kinds of nonsense. But also, like, you and I have talked about everything from, like, your bad previous breakup.
God, yeah,
and you were, like,
everything.
emotionally distraught. And I'm literally in the back of my work truck working my ass off trying to talk you through that because you were in such a bad way.
Yeah, I think about that too, because sometimes I actually feel bad that I send you so many messages while I'm at work, and I'm dropping some bombs on you. I mean, I'm telling you about my stepson that committed suicide when he was 13 years old. I'm talking about my ex that ruined everybody's fucking life. I'm talking to you about my new lady's sister and father dying of cancer.
I know more about your life than what's going on with my own siblings.
Yeah, and I mean, you always take the time to answer and give advice or say something really
We're fucking friends, and like, that's also why it's not awkward, because like we know each other. Now, when I met Trisha just on Friday afternoon, it's a little more awkward because I only know her from the Patreon. I only know her from YouTube. We have seen each other via Patreon. You know, check out Patreon calls, 3 times a month, guys. One coming up this week. Sean would be there if he could figure out how to use the internet sometimes.
Absolutely true.
And not accidentally connect the Wi-Fi, or I'm sorry, Bluetooth to his...
to Summer's car.
To Summer's car. So, guys, that's what happened in episode 100. Found out today. So, behind the scenes, he was trying to be here for episode 100, but he didn't realize what had happened was her car was on outside, and his phone connected to that. Because I bet you were in your office, which is closer to the street. Which, by the way, I have seen his custom painted Gundams and all his car parts. They do exist. So, I didn't get a chance to really look up close at your Mexican intake.
I'm just
Dude,
glad
I called that shit. I called that shit.
Oh my God, you hit that right on the fucking nail. So this cat, he's super cool, and his English is very broken. But just like you said, man, they take it to that postal annex, and it crosses the border, and there's 14 3-year-olds running chiclets down the street polishing shit. His dad picks it up, takes it back to California, ships it back to me, man. But it came back, and there was no fentanyl or illegals in the box.
Well, yeah, because it had already come across the border. It didn't need to have that to come to you. Although your town here would, probably wouldn't be any different.
That's true. You'd never know.
But that was hilarious because the only reason I figured it out is because you sent me the address. And like, does this look right? I was like, it doesn't make sense, and I can't figure. It doesn't figure it out on the thing. And I'm like, let me look at it. I'm like, oh yeah, this should be this. This should be this. Let me Google this real quick. And I look at it, and I'm like, so this is a like FedEx pickup place or drop off place, and it's literally 3 miles from the Mexican border. I was like, I know exactly what's happening here. I was like, yup. And being that part of California, that's 100% super lax border control there. So that was just funny. And then the picture you showed while he was still polishing it is like, I guarantee you there were some bare feet with metal dust like nearby.
Oh, dude, there's definitely some chanclas running around.
I guarantee you there were some dirty chanclas nearby. He's probably sitting on the floor and not disrespecting the guy, he has a legit job. I guarantee you, like, he was sitting on the floor with it in his lap, polishing the shit out of this stuff, barefoot and everything.
Yep.
But he did a good job. It's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, he did. I mean, for the price, he's half as much as anyone in the States, and he's 3 times as fast.
Yeah, because he's got intake mules.
Child labor.
Look, everywhere uses child labor, unfortunately.
That's true.
Unfortunately.
I love child labor.
But at least some people do. You have their kids working their like home restaurant or something like that.
That's true.
It's not like always slave factories in Canada. I meant to say China, but I went with Canada instead. I'm a little bit buzzed.
Same thing.
I mean, China does have military operations in Canada.
Yeah.
They did train their armies to do winter combat in Canada.
It's over on the east side, isn't it?
I don't know which end they did it on because I apparently have no clue the actual layout of Canada because I thought Rusty was on the east side. He's actually on the west side. And I know roundabout where Alberta is because Mike's an hour behind us.
I've actually been to Canada.
Why?
I do not. Oh, my God. So I was a junior in high school, and we all packed up for vacation. And back in the day, Dad was like, just get in the car and let's go.
Yeah.
So we just started going north. We stopped in Denver for one night, and then we kept on going. And then we went to South Dakota and we went and saw Sturgis and fucked around there for a little bit. And then we just kept on going up.
Sturgis is North Dakota?
South Dakota.
That's what I thought, yeah.
And we went up into Saskatchewan. And that was the first time I ever crossed the border. And this would have been in 2000. 2000 or 2001. I can't remember.
So that would have been roundabout right before graduation then?
Yeah. It would have been my junior year.
Yeah, because you were 01 or 02?
02 graduated.
Okay, yeah, because you're right behind me.
Yeah. And we went into Saskatchewan. And that was the first time I ever been across the border. And they searched our van. They opened all the luggage up, went through all the clothes and stuff.
Pillows.
And I did notice that Canada was the first place I ever seen that did road construction, both lanes at the same fucking time. You just drive in a ditch. Yeah.
They just push you off on the side?
Yeah, you just drive through the fucking ditch, and they got both sides of the roads tore up, fixing it. And I was like, oh my God, this place sucks. And we went up into the first semi-decent town, and we stayed in a hotel, had a water slide in the motel, and we turned around and came right back home.
Just drove to Canada and drove back?
Yeah, we were just driving.
It's a hell of a week.
But we did get to stop and see Mount Rushmore and climb all those 4 gajillion steps, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Saw a bunch of moose going up and down the mountains. And then on the way back, because my dad, he loves to drive. He don't want to stop for shit. We stopped once on the way up there.
Yeah.
And then on the way back, he pulled over, and my older brother drove, and I was his co-pilot running the map.
Oh, yeah.
And got us lost as shit. And then when Dad woke up, we were like 400 miles the wrong way. So then he took over and he drove all the way home from wherever we were.
It's called the scenic route.
Yeah, pretty much. He was pissed though. But I wasn't impressed. Canada, you suck.
Well, I think there are decent parts of Canada, but obviously not Saskatchewan. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I want to go to like Ontario and places like that where
yeah, definitely. Like where we were was right above North Dakota, and there's nothing there.
Yeah, it's like more North Dakota.
Exactly.
It's like North Dakota. or are they South Saskatchewan?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So I've never been that far north. I mean, because the biggest road trip we've done, period, actually the farthest I've ever gone, period, was Maryland. But I got to see literally half the fucking United States in one trip.
Yeah, you hit all the good shit.
And Tennessee just looks like more Arkansas. And Arkansas just looks like more Texas. It's not until you hit the mountains that you realize you finally hit another state. Mm-hmm. Like if you saw no road signs, you would just think Texas goes on for a really long time.
Yeah, East Texas.
Yeah.
Not this desert.
No. Yeah, because where we live, this is nothing. This is nothing like where we came from. So getting here, we're driving down the back roads between Oklahoma and so we get off a main highway. We're down like some random ass highway in the middle of nowhere. Everything's dead. We literally see 1 or 2 cars an hour. And I'm just like, and we have zero signal.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you that.
The joke, well, you couldn't. The joke is like, okay, we've got no signal because music stopped on Spotify. And then I'm like, yep, no signal anywhere, no tower anywhere. And then I can see a tower in the distance, and then I see the bars start slowly growing up. But it's funny. Oklahoma must be nothing but T-Mobile because we didn't have a drop-in signal anywhere. Not even in the hotel, not in the bar, nothing. Not a single drop out of full 5G the whole time we were there.
Wow.
As soon as we get out of there, fucking no signal.
Yeah.
Because we're driving in the middle of nowhere off Highway 30.
Yeah.
Fucking nowhere. Oh, yeah, and there's some drop-offs on that road that they definitely should have some guardrails.
Yeah, I was trying to tell you.
And then they have guardrails where it's like, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
Like the tiny little creek bed that's dry as fuck. By the way, there's like a Red River fork like on the way here that was just nothing but desert.
Yeah, that's
like,
the Red River.
There should be a river there.
Yeah.
But like the proper Red River, like on the other end, we were coming up north into Oklahoma. That was all nice and watery.
Yeah.
That was pretty. I think I got a picture of it.
Dude, the water doesn't last long. Unless we get a really good rain, it won't last longer than a day.
Yeah. See, I've been out a little bit towards West Texas, like Northwest Texas, I guess, like Odessa was as far as I went that direction. And I think technically I've been through Amarillo when we came back from Colorado and we did a little dip through New Mexico, and I think we came through Amarillo.
Yeah, probably.
But it was dark. So I picked up driving because I couldn't sleep. And he's literally like, just keep going that way. Don't get off this highway.
Yeah.
I was like, I can do that. So I was good at driving even back then.
Yeah.
Because that was a 22-hour road trip straight. Whoa. We only stopped for bathroom breaks occasionally, and there was 15 of us in a van.
Jesus Christ.
It's a church trip. We were doing we were doing a church
Prison.
trip to it was a vacation Bible school at my pastor's sister's church. Yeah. So we did their kids thing. So it was all us older youth group members and leaders. and them. So we went up there to lead their vacation Bible school for their kids.
Right.
So that was a lot of fun. Because like we did this, like, this is so funny. You know my sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else there knows my sense of humor. So there was a skit. Like I was just there to do the audio-visual stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a skit like the last day that we were all supposed to be a part of. But because there was no audio-visual stuff to do, I got to participate. But I didn't have a part in the script. I was just an extra. So there was a part where it came down to like, it was supposed to be like an audition thing where like they're looking for a very specific type of person or a very specific type of role they're looking for. And it keeps throwing out these ideas and everybody else is very awkward or whatever. They don't know how to audition for the part. And then the last thing that they've said was like, well, how do you feel about nudity? Like doing a like HBO type show. And everybody else freaks out and goes to run off stage, and I'm like, I start unbuttoning my shirt, and then everybody starts laughing, and then I go, "Wait, guys, come on!" And then I run off with them because there was no script. That was just completely off the
improv.
cuff. Yeah, total improv.
Sweet.
And like everybody laughed so hard. Like the pastor was like watching stuff from behind, and he about fell over. He was like 6'8".
Wow.
Tall beanpole dude. Shout out to Pastor Ryan.
What's up, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to listen to this by any means, but
Ever.
But it was just, yeah. I mean, that would be random. It'd be like, Pastor Ryan, if you hear this, write in. But he about fell out of his chair, and the kids all laughed. And I just happened to be wearing a button-up shirt, so I was like, I literally went, started unbuttoning my shirt, and it was like, and then I think the girl standing next to me, which was my friend's sister, she goes like, "Ew!" And then everybody runs off stage, and they're like, "No." And I'm like, "Come on, guys!" And run after them.
Yeah. You weren't saying "ew" on the back of the bus.
Yes, she was. Look, I was single at the time. I was working at Walmart.
Hey, man, you got your shit together?
Yeah, Walmart didn't want me to actually go on the trip. They did not want to let me go. I had vacation to do, and they're like, "Well, we can't let you both off," because me and my buddy both worked there.
Oh, okay.
So they're like, "We can't let you both off." It's like, well, we're both going on the same trip. We've already paid to go. It wasn't cheap. We're going. Figure it out. So didn't last more than like 5 months. I think he only lasted like 2 more months, and then stuff like that. So one of the few times that I've fallen into an oil change pit was with Trey.
Oh, yeah, that's where you did that at.
Yeah, that was at Walmart.
Yeah.
So for those who've never heard this story, so doing oil change, I'm in Upper Bay, Trey's in Lower Bay, and one of the pranks we used to do to people while in Lower Bay was we would take some Torque Seal. You know, you're familiar with Torque Seal, which is just basically blue paint that is water resistant, and spray it on the foot of the person who's in Upper Bay, just to fuck with them. So that's what I do. Like I work on this truck and everything else like that. I think it was like a SUV or something like that, like a Suburban. I know it was an SUV. It was taller because that's one reason I remember. And I look down and I've got Torque Seal all over my boot. Like he put a lot, and it's fresh. So I'm just thinking, screw you. And I go to sling it at him like it's going to sling into his face because he's still standing there. And as soon as I kicked my foot, the grate that I'm standing on went out from under me. So it's supposed to have a clamp to hold it down, you know, because they're supposed to slide so you can, you know, obviously work under the cars. But yeah, so I go to sling the stuff at Trey's face because he's standing right there, and the grate slides out from under me because it's riding on a thin layer of oil so that we can slide it, right? Not to mention it just gets on everything when you're changing oil. And the grate slides out from underneath me. I fall. Next thing I know, my backside is hurting, my arm is hurting, and I'm standing next to Trey in the oil change pit. And he's holding his head because, thank God, it was one of the only times he did follow the rules and put on a hard hat. Because if he didn't, it would have clocked him right in his temple.
Oh, damn.
So here's the stupid thing. I'm the one who actually fell. I've bruised up my inner arm because my arm hit on the way down through the metal hole. And then my ass hurt because I landed square on the concrete because it had a metal edge to reinforce it. So I hit that on the way down. And then...
put a crack in your butt.
Yeah, basically. And so he got hit in the head, so he got to go home. He said he was going to go to the doctor. He didn't. He just picked up his girlfriend and went to the movies. I forgot what movie he went and saw. So, but the second time it happened was a few months later. Trey is no longer working there because he got out. Good for him, I guess. I quit a few months later anyways. The next time I fell was totally on me. It was my fault. I shouldn't have done what I did. Very, very busy Saturday. Like stupid busy. And we're shorthanded. At this point, we've only got like 4 people on rotation. And like it's almost always like one person in the bay doing both lanes and one person doing check-in and one person on tires. We're just that shorthanded. So it's me, this guy Fernando on tires, and I think, what was his name? Jeff? Might have been another Jeff, I think. Another big beardy Jeff. He can't really do anything. He's got a bad back, so he can't really do anything. So he's the biggest dude in the shop. He can't do anything.
Of course.
So he's taking orders and vacuuming cars when he can. Meanwhile, I'm doing the upper and lower bay. So I'm in lower bay. Somebody pulls the vehicle out, and I got lazy and didn't close the grates. So I come into upper bay to do the final checkout because he had to. The way the system started working, you got to scan your badge for everything that you did. That way they keep track of anybody who screws something up, right?
Right.
So I left the grates open. They pulled the car out, and then I'm like, okay, fuck it. I got to close these grates. So I'm walking on the grates and kicking them closed. You think I would have learned my lesson by now. So I kicked the first couple closed. They just fall in place like they're supposed to. I'm thinking my weight's going to hold it in place, and I just kick the next one, and it'll fall down. Because you stack them, right? And I do the kick, and it just takes everything out from under me. Unfortunately, I'm in the middle of the bay this time, not near the edge. And where I was, I ended up just falling straight down onto the metal flooring, the raised metal flooring, straight at like a V shape. So butthole straight into the thing.
Straight gapped.
Yeah. And I knocked the wind out of myself. So I almost pass out. I'm trying to yell for help, and I can't because I've got no air. Like, it's the only time I've had tunnel vision, where it's literally like,
Right.
like literally just hyperventilating almost. And, dude, I couldn't get up because at that point I didn't know how hurt I was. And, like, finally, Fernando noticed that I wasn't there. And came down. He's like, dude, what the hell happened? Because he sees me I finally got myself up onto a stool. And I'm just sitting there trying to catch my breath and not pass out. And he's like, go get Wes. This is like, because that was our supervisor at the time. Was it Wesley? We had a couple of supervisors. One of them was really good. The other guy was an asshole. He thought he knew everything. And he had a fucking stupid curly mustache. I hated that guy. He wore vests. Like unironically wore vests.
Could you get worse?
Like not just the Walmart vest, like vest, and then Walmart vest. He was just like that.
Double trouble.
Exactly. And so like I'm like, go get the guy, tell him what happened. And then he tells me, he's like, yeah, I looked over because I saw you across from the cars. I just saw your head above the car, and then you were gone. It's like it couldn't have been more better if I had the cartoon banana peel sound.
Yeah.
The whoop. Me insert the sound effect in the future. So I mean, I don't have it here on the button pushes, though. We can't hear anything. You guys notice we don't have headphones on because I didn't pack them. Then now I realize how dumb that was.
Yes, very dumb.
I'm so used to being able to hear our own voices and or anything else going on, because I'd be able to tell if they were on the recording or not, instead of being mean to the wifeys.
Yeah.
But they're so cute over there.
Fucking wives.
Look at them.
They hate us so much.
Yeah. It's okay. Usually Jessica doesn't listen at all. She doesn't even have to have her earbuds in to not listen. Good. Are they cute?
Oh, they done busted out pictures.
Yeah, dude. It's old school to bust out picture albums. Like, there's nothing wrong with it by any means, because that used to be the thing. It's like you go to visit someone's house.
Yeah.
Mom's going to bust out the picture albums. When Jessica first came over, I'm pretty sure my mom busted out some of the old picture albums.
Smell like mothballs and cigarettes.
They're yellowed, but not from the sun.
Yeah.
Back in the old days. So you asked me the question earlier. So let me turn it back on you then.
Okay.
Since I think I'm probably the only person from the internet you've met.
Yeah. Did I ever meet that guy? No, I didn't. It's
That's the wrong button. There you go.
Well, I think because I have known you so long.
Yeah.
All these years, and we do communicate so much. It's almost like I did know you.
Yeah.
Like when I met you in the driveway and shook your hand, it was like I've seen you forever. I mean, it's exactly the person I know. Nothing's changed. You don't act any different. You're not shady.
I am fatter than you thought.
No, I mean, I pretty much guessed.
In my mind, I see that. Though.
That's what I figured you were because I've seen you, so much.
Yeah, you've seen pictures.
And I talked to you, and nothing's changed. Jessica is, from what little exposure I've had to her, she's the same.
She's just Jessica.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you earlier, it's like there was no airs to put on at any point. It's never been an act.
Right,
like,
right.
Like we met each other, I'm pretty sure, through Bobby,
Mm-hmm.
technically. And then because we shared the same model building hobby and we both lived in Texas, we connected more that way.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah, somehow, some way. But then it was, I think the way we started talking more was because of the Patreon, Bobby's Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the podcast came about.
Yeah.
Because it was you, me, and Mike hanging out late talking on the Patreon chat for like a long time.
I can't remember exactly how, because I know I did watch your shit on YouTube.
Yeah, but I think that was after you already knew who I was.
That's probably true.
Yeah, because I think it was via Bobby, and because we were in the same Gundam circles. You watch my stuff. You would comment in the chat on live streams, stuff like that. So like we had this weird parasocial thing, and then we just started talking on. We became actual Facebook friends. Because I feel like there's different groups when it comes to that. There's like Facebook friends, and then there's friends you have that are on Facebook. Like you're not a Facebook friend. You're a friend I have on Facebook.
Right.
So like the funny thing is, so it was our first time meeting in your driveway, but it felt like we just hadn't seen each other in a while.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it felt like. It's like it feels like it had been 5 years since I've seen you.
True.
Not well, technically true. It felt like we just hadn't seen each other in 5 years.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the difference. It's like, and I think it was awkward meeting Bobby because I had never seen his real face to that degree. I knew what he looked like, but I didn't know Bobby like I know you.
Right.
Like when I met Ricky, that was a different story. Yeah, I've seen Ricky on our chats and stuff like that, already being on podcasts, talking to him for months. Same thing with Rob.
Right.
You know, seeing these guys' faces and talking to them for so long, even daily chats and, learning more about their lives individually, not just talking about our nerdy bullshit.
Right.
It was one thing when we were just talking nerdy bullshit, but then like at some point we just became actual friends.
Yeah, yeah, there was a line.
I don't know when that technically happened, but I think we were both comfortable enough at some point to just talk about life in general.
Yeah, just to have a thought on your mind and be like, hey, what do you think about this? And then you start sharing thoughts. And
well, that's what you do to us every week on the Facebook. On the Facebook. Hey, what about this?
Yeah, and I wonder, I've known Bobby longer than I have you via internet-wise. And I've shared some personal shit with him, and he a little bit with me, and I know what he looks like. But I feel like...
But he doesn't live on camera the same way.
Right. So I feel like it would be a little
Bobby
different.
While he's no different, Bobby has the Skullface persona.
Right.
But he doesn't do anything different. It's just Skullface is the shield for Bobby in reality.
Yeah, so when you talk... Well, I probably shouldn't say that. But anyways, I think it would feel a little different with him because we don't converse about as much personal shit every day as you and I do. And even though I've known him longer, it's just not as close-knit.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with him every day because he's busy and he's reading everybody else's messages and shit like that.
Well, that toy museum that I checked out, right?
Uh-huh.
So they had that whole Star Wars section. I sent all of that to him by a text message. And I said, dude, check this out. This guy meant enough to the community that they dedicated the Star Wars section of this toy museum to him when he died.
Wow.
And I was like, and then we joked back and forth, and I'm like, at some point, Frederick is going to have a Bobby Skullface museum with a Robert D. wing.
Yeah.
Oh, speak of somebody who is like exactly as you think they would be, Robert D.
Really?
Yeah. So you've experienced him via the Patreon chats and stuff like that. He is exactly that person.
Oh man, what a fucking nut.
That's one reason I love that group of people. That almost no one is fake. There's probably some people who have like tiny bit of internet persona because they want to keep themselves shielded.
Right.
But like I said a long time ago, I learned that while I go by Shoky because that's my nickname, and I basically answer to Shoky as versus almost everyday life.
Right.
It's like if you're not related to me, you generally don't call me by my name. Even Jessica is weirded out by my real name. But it's like I don't have an online persona because I just said, well, just being me is the only thing I know how to be.
Yeah, and it's too much fucking work anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, what is that? What was there? Some show. There ain't no. It was like Rocket Raccoon. There ain't no thing like me but me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like it's the same thing with me. It's like, look, there's no other Shoky out there. It's like, and it's not a persona. And that's one thing I think is funny. That's what a lot of people told me once I got them on the Patreon, and they realized that I am exactly like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so you see me on the chat, you see me on live streams. It's like I'm exactly that person, just unfiltered.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the Patreon. I know I'm pushing the Patreon a lot here, but it's like that's where we get to see and meet real people. That's why I was comfortable being invited to Trisha's party, because it's like I feel like I know her.
Yeah.
You know, it's like making an effort towards somebody who makes an effort for you. Be like, if she invited us and like, we couldn't go, that'd be another story. If she invited and we just said nah,
Yeah.
that would be shitty. You know, I'm not saying that everybody invite me to your birthday parties. I'm not just a clown.
I'm not just going to.
It's like, and we did pay for her dinner and got her a present. So
Aw.
it's not like I'm making her buy things. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
look, she supports me and my stuff, and usually the first person there in a Patreon.
Yeah, that's
call.
true. That's how I knew she
almost
was.
every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only the one time that Laura beat her, and it was weird. And then she was also late. I'm sorry, jokes.
You're fired.
Jokes, yeah. But yeah, so that, now I just like the funny thing is like Denise is like a really big supporter, but I vaguely know what she looks like because she doesn't want to ever be on camera. I've seen her profile pic and that's it. But like if I met Denise in real life, I wouldn't feel as comfortable because I don't see her face.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's one thing, like I said, that's the thing with Bobby. You have that shield. You got the skull face shield in a way, but of course everybody else around Bobby, you know what they look like for the most part. You know, whether you see him. And like even Dante, I remember when he first started coming on this show, he didn't want to be on camera as much. And like he was doing mostly audio podcasts. And then I think doing a bit more straight up video podcasts got him out of that shell, and he started putting his actual persona on his own shows.
That's true.
You know, so he started being on camera more. He got more comfortable being on camera and stuff like that. I don't know if I am responsible for that, but I'd like to think I helped a little bit because I wasn't comfortable on camera initially. It took me a whole year to get on camera for my channel. I don't know if you remember that.
That's true. Yeah. Your other videos, it was just your hands.
Yeah. And like every now and then I accidentally would dox myself. I didn't want to show my face. Didn't want to talk about where I lived. I just say Houston area. And then there was a vlog video or an unboxing video where I went to Hobbytown, Houston, picked up a kit and accidentally flipped the camera and showed myself. And then I just said, screw it. And there's a few frames I missed in the edit. So people saw my face. And I mean, I already said it's like it's the worst kept secret on the internet. Yeah. It's like I'm in all of these groups. I share the videos under my name. You know, it's like, oh no. You know, it's just people on YouTube couldn't find me, right? You know, it's like worst kept secret. I mean, like Bobby is really good about keeping his name secret. Like
he has fucked up.
Couple
and
times.
I pointed it out to him a long time ago. And that video, he this was before we were talking on the phone, but I was like, that's you right there. And he's like, oh, really, is it? And I was like, 100%, dude. You ain't got to fucking lie to me. But anyways, he's pretty cool about it.
He did make one specific change. I think that might have been after you talked about it.
He might have been.
Because he used to have a slightly different name on the internet. And I think that's why he changed it.
Well, he might have.
Yeah. Because actually, you know what's really funny is I thought he was somebody else. There was another guy that was vaguely Bobby-shaped and also bald. And I thought it was him. But I was like, no, that wouldn't be him because he wouldn't go by a fake name that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just that. But yeah, it's just being yourself is always going to pay off more than pretending to be a character.
It's I mean, he's a genuine guy. I mean, he fits in the zone of people we would actually give a shit about, just like you and I and anyone else, because they're not feeding you a hopeful.
Did I tell
bullshit.
you he just hit me up out of the blue a little while ago?
I mean, who does that?
Yeah. Well, I know. I think it was when the hurricane hit. So you're just checking in on him. Yeah. Because we hadn't talked in a while. And I had already left the Patreon because I was just saving money. Yeah. I already told him, I was like, I had to leave the money just to. But you know what's weird? I'm not in the Patreon anymore, but I'm getting notifications.
It is weird.
So I don't know if it renewed on me without me knowing it.
Probably.
I might have just paused for 1 month. It was like, honestly, because I'm like, but no, it's not true because all the videos are still locked. But I get the notifications every time you post. So I guess it's to push. So I'm a member, but I'm not a paid member. That's why. Right. That's what's up. I'm not used to being a freebie. It's like I keep saying, if I get three more $5 patrons, I can afford to be back on Bobby's Patreon.
Well, shit, that's cool, man. Well, that shouldn't take long.
Yeah. I mean, I just say that, you know, I could do it, but it was just like, look, I'm making more money on Patreon now. Not that I need the money, but it is helping. Like, no joke, there was 1 month on the early days of Patreon where it literally bought us groceries for the week. Oh, wasn't much, but it paid for us to have food until I got paid. Yeah. And that was a big deal.
Dude, that's awesome.
Because like we were dead broke. Things have been going wrong. Hours were cut. All this kind of stuff. And like just the tiniest handful of people that I had supporting me helped me just get by.
Yeah.
And only because I'm making dumb YouTube content.
Yeah.
But I made, like, just doing this, I've made so many friends. Like, I already knew Jeff, but I'm getting to know him better, and we have a better relationship, mostly.
Oh,
when he
speaking
doesn't
of
get
Jeff.
mad at me at trivia night. Dude, we didn't talk about this, so and I don't want to talk too much out of turn because he's not here, but, like, the last trivia night we did, he got so pissed off. Like, because he felt like nobody was listening to him, and he was trying to give solid answers to questions, and he was being ignored. It's like, so I have a hearing problem. I was born deaf in my right ear.
Right.
I got back maybe 75%. I'm probably down to about 60, maybe a little bit less. So if I'm talking to you, you either be in front of me or to my left a little bit. I will usually park people where I want them to be so that I can hear them. If you're to my right, odds are you're either Jessica or somebody I don't really want to pay attention to. Jessica just is defaulted to that side. That's the way life is, you know. And she's deaf in her left ear, so we really can't hear shit when we're talking to each other. It's hilarious. We're both like, "What?" Yeah. So I told Jeff. So he's to my left. His wife is in front of me, and everybody else is to my right. And there's loud music playing because they have to have music going so you can't hear other people talking. Then I hear other people chatter because trying to figure stuff out. So I can only really hear her and a little bit of him and then a whole bunch of noise. And if I can't confirm an answer, I go with a majority answer. And she and I agreed. We went against what he said. He ended up being correct, and we gave him credit for that because the question was confusing. We had the right answer overall, but it was the wrong answer they were looking for. So we understood the reasoning was the problem. But he got really mad. And like he got real mad thinking like you wouldn't fucking listen to me. He's like sitting there yelling and stuff like that. And I'm like, calm the fuck down. It's just a stupid game. And then he did apologize the next morning. Oh, he texted me the next morning. He felt bad about it because he did kind of get out of pocket. And like, I didn't freak out or anything. I freaked out a little bit, but mostly out of the stress, not because he's yelling at me. Because it does get a little stressful. It is a stupid game.
Yeah.
But I want to win fucking points. And it was a really fucking hard night. There was like 2 rounds that everybody was just dog shit. So it was like, you got one group that's way ahead of everybody and everybody else is struggling for like last place. So yeah, no, I mean, like, we didn't get a chance to talk about it, but yeah, it's just, it do be like that sometimes, you know, especially like if in your own life, for whatever reason, you feel like you're not listened to, like whether that's your spouse or your boss or coworker, something like that. People aren't listening. Like you're never felt heard.
Right.
That's something that matters to people. And usually it does boil over at some point. I mean, I've been there before. You know, I'm sure you've encountered this occasionally at your job. I think you're fairly used to not being listened to.
Oh my God.
Whether your opinion matters or not, but you usually end up just doing the thing anyways.
Yeah, because I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I want to make this happen.
But
one way or another.
But you know, I got to own up to either not listening or not hearing, and that's an important part of it.
Yeah.
You know, because that's how you keep your relationship going, and that's one thing that we've learned through the church stuff we've been doing. It's a fight for relationships. Because it'd be real easy to just be like, fuck you, don't yell at me, asshole, and then not talk to him for 2 weeks.
Just bang it out right there in front of everybody and never talk to this dude again.
Yeah.
Which would be stupid. But.
Or just finish out the night and say, fuck you, don't ever talk to me like that.
Yeah.
And then I replied to him, and I'm just like, I basically almost said it almost word for word what I just told you. It's like, look, you're sitting where you're sitting, so I can hear you. But if it comes down to a decision, if I don't know the answer specifically, I'm going to go by majority rule because it makes the most sense. The most amount of people agree on the answer, we go with the answer.
Right.
It's like, if I felt you were correct, that's another thing. You know, it's like, I might agree with you, might not agree with you.
Right.
Sometimes I know better. It is what it is. I have a lot of useless knowledge. Shout out to my dad for decades of crosswords and Jeopardy.
Yeah. Fucking Jeopardy.
So, yeah, that's one of the only things that keeps my dad's brain sort of sharp is doing crosswords constantly now.
It's better than nothing for sure.
Yeah, because he got real bad. So actually, like, I haven't done a check-in in a little bit, technically. So last I saw, you know, I went and picked up meds for him because he got the new COVID. He got COVID 17.0.
The third.
Yeah, I think they started using sweet treat names now for it. So it's like COVID donut. You know, it's like Samsung operating systems. So that shit is just fucking funny. I gotta make sure. Okay, seeing how long we've been going. Because sometimes I forget if I even hit the record button because that would be fucking retarded.
Oh, my God.
I would have just given up a long time ago. Be like, look, we're just going to talk like we've been talking for 2 hours.
Yeah, no
We
shit.
haven't, but still, it's only
But
15.
speaking of Jeff, man, which I mean, it's a shame that he couldn't be down here either. Or I couldn't be down there with y'all all three. But I do have something for you to take back to him from me.
Oh, an actual thing to give him.
Yeah, because I was telling you, I've only talked to Jeff maybe 3 or 4 times on Facebook.
Yeah.
Just a few quick messages back and forth. Sorry about that. And I sometimes feel like he doesn't understand how to take me.
Oh, sure. Yeah, he doesn't know you like I know you.
Right, you know, because I'm usually full of shit half the time. And
Well, he knows you by your silly messages on the
right, and I'll
podcast.
say the dumbest thing possible, even though I have higher cognitive functions. But I do have something for you to take back to him.
Okay.
It's nothing big. It's a little small.
So it's penis.
No, it's definitely not small. But here you go, Jeff.
Oh, damn it. I turned the camera away just right for that. Damn it. I thought you were being sincere.
No, I'm not at all. But what's up, Jeff, man?
Damn it. I was actually going to give him something.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I was
don't know.
gonna
Now
give
you
him
have to
something, too.
like send something. I don't know what.
Yeah, I feel bad now.
Something
Not
stupid.
really.
You should feel slightly bad.
Yeah.
Don't flip off, Jeff.
Herpes in a box.
I think he's got that at home. It's called an 18-year-old son.
His son is 18? I thought he was
Luke is no, I'm sorry. Luke is 16. No,
17?
he just got his license, so he's 16.
16 years old. Damn.
No, who has 18-year-old? I don't know. It's hard. Well, you gotta remember, Jeff's younger than us by a little bit,
Yeah.
like just barely younger than you.
Mm-hmm.
So they got, and then his wife is a decent amount older than him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, yeah, because she's got kids before she even met Jeff.
How many kids I have? 3?
I think she had 2, and then Luke. So that's 3 total.
Yeah.
But obviously the other 2 are out of the house and whatnot.
And
Because I actually met her son at one of the get-togethers. I didn't realize that's who it was.
Uh-huh.
But it makes sense why they were hanging out so much.
Well,
It's like,
yeah.
oh yeah, totally checks. He's the guy that Jeff calls Cookie Troll. So you make cakes, which by the way, we haven't even got into the fucking
we
cheesecake
will,
yet.
though.
There will be cheesecake because I'm going to need to go to sleep at some point. And that'll just put me right the fuck out. That'll be breakfast too. Mm-hmm. Just eat some cheesecake and then try to drive home on a just heavy cheesecake belly after destroying your bathroom.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we'll see what happens. Haven't done it yet,
Yeah.
but
It's
I promise
coming.
it'll happen.
It's coming.
Yeah, it'll happen. I expect a return favor someday.
As long as
It's
it's not an upper decker.
Yeah, so people who do that are truly assholes.
Dude, I knew a guy that did that.
No,
Yes, it was our last day at work. Then when they were sending us all home, he was
is this oil filled?
yes.
Of course.
And he upper decked us toilet when we left. It's actually her cousin.
You fucking oil you oil fucking gargoyles. You're just like scum of the earth half the time.
Oh my God, you have no clue of the depravity of oil-filled people.
I mean, I've heard stories from you.
Yes,
I have heard shit stories from you.
when you're out in the country like that for 12, 14 hours a day, you just do weird shit
For weeks at a time.
for weeks at a time.
Yeah.
For days at a time.
It's like oil guys and pipeliners.
Yep, they're all the same. We're all nasty. We're all trash.
And y'all don't mind the mud.
Nope, either or.
Yeah. Fucking A. So, voting for Kamala?
Fuck no, man.
Oh, come on. I'm trying to get everybody on the white guys for Kamala train.
Dude, those are some pretty good memes though, man, because it makes me laugh every time I see them.
Yeah. Sorry, we've been delving into politics a lot lately because it is the hot topic. But like, there's nothing else to talk about. Like, okay. So, since I've been talking with Jeff and he had specific thoughts on it, so you and I sort of have discussed House of the Dragons since it's done now. It's been done for a few weeks. So we talked a bit early on, and you had the same problem Jeff did, the slowness. So, what about when it finished? How did you feel?
The same, man. It's like nothing happened. It was the whole season felt like setup, and you just kept waiting for the payoff. Which I have already heard the books,
Yeah, you already know
audiobooks.
more of the story like I do.
so I know what's going to happen. But I've been waiting. I was like, okay, you've already skipped some stuff,
Yeah,
but there's got to be something big to end on, right? And nothing happened.
virtually nothing else.
So it makes me wonder because I don't think you can fit everything in another season. Like you're going to have to have at least
They're going
two.
to do 4.
They're going to do 4.
They're
Okay,
going to 4 total.
because they're going to need to, and they're still going to have to
But
leave
that
some
means
shit
they're going to
out.
have to do the last 2 back to back because we can't have this 2-year gap every time.
Right.
They're going to be too fucking old.
Because I was already like, who cares?
And a lot of people got to die between here and the end of the story.
A lot.
And they can't get that much older between now and then. Now,
true.
if they're shooting it now and it's going to take that much production, fine. like I even said with Jeff, do a whole lot of filming together.
Right.
And then any research you might have to get like immediately after.
I mean, that's how Lord of the Rings did it. They continued all 3 movies straight through.
Yeah.
They
Well, at least the last 2 were directly together.
They came out later with all the production, the CGI and shit. But
Yeah, but that's when it took 2 years to make a movie.
yes.
Now it takes 6 months and
Yeah.
a whole lot of Chinese kids
And
or
smoke breaks.
whoever Disney isn't paying to do it.
Yeah, no shit.
But like, you know, HBO, they do have the budget and they've kind of trimmed back some of their stuff. But you've also got Last of Us 2 coming, which I
forgot about that too.
If you watch the end of the final episode, they teased all the new shows coming.
Really?
Yeah. So they threw down all the teaser trailers for everything that's coming.
Okay.
And I'm more excited for Last of Us Season 2 than I am like the next Marvel thing. Even though I wasn't that happy with Last of Us Season 1. But it's still okay. I'm trying to think, like, what have I been even watching lately?
Man, that show was weird. Like sometimes I liked it, sometimes I thought it was fucking
So
stupid.
so you sent or you made a comment about the Joe Rogan special.
Uh-huh.
What was that comment? I missed it.
I said I chuckled a few times.
Okay.
That was it.
Yeah, because I don't think you really find him that funny.
The one before he did, the one where he goes off on the cats, the murder cat and all that stuff like that.
Yes.
It cracks me up every time, but I don't know. This one, I think I was pumped up too much.
Maybe.
Because at first it was going to be live, and I was thinking, okay, maybe someone's going to run on stage and he's going to judo chop the shit out of him. You know,
I don't think anybody would have made. I don't think anybody wants to fuck with Rogan.
I was just hoping somebody was dumb
But-
enough to try.
It is a landmark thing.
Right.
A live streamed comedy show. Like I thought it was pre-recorded and shown. No, that was legit live.
Yeah.
On Netflix, fully produced like a show would be totally live. There was only one screw up I saw, and it was like about 10 minutes in. It was a camera flub,
Ah, okay.
and then it was fine. But usually, when you do a special, you film it 2 to 3 times, sometimes 5 times, and you chop stuff together to build one thing. But the hard part with Rogan, he sweats like a motherfucker on stage. You can't fake this shirt sweat.
Right.
So he has to do it all in one take every time. So that's the crazy part. But I went back and watched one of his other ones after the fact, which it was the one where he talks about the Kardashians.
Yeah.
That whole bit. Bruce. Bruce. Your cheekbones are too high. That kind of shit. And then he's on the stool like a fucking demon. And then like Bruce is like, I get to be on a no. Okay, all of that, even watching it years on, I laughed so fucking hard because the voice, the acting, everything is so dead on. Like this one was like, he did have some funnier bits in there talking about like COVID and like the bonkers shit. But I love the part where he's like, and then COVID happens, and now I believe this, and this, and this. It's like, well, maybe not this, but definitely this stuff. It was like, that is 100% true because he was like, if you've followed Rogan at all for all these years, like, yeah, he does now believe a lot of shit he definitely would have never believed if COVID hadn't happened.
Yeah.
The way it did.
That's true. Because he did have a change.
Oh yeah, coming to Texas does it to you.
That's also true. He did do that during that.
He definitely had more of a Texas mindset trying to live in California. And then, of course, coming to Texas, being able to develop comedy, like to become the new comedy capital of the fucking world.
Yeah, it's crazy.
In Austin, Texas. And, like, I did watch the new Matt Rife special. You said you watched it, too.
Yeah.
I rewatched it with Jessica, I believe. I think we did. No, we did not. We were supposed to. My bad.
She's not.
Sorry, baby.
I thought that was
I love you.
nothing. Bye-bye.
So I thought it was pretty damn funny. And
I thought it was better than his stand-up.
Yeah, because he mixed stand up with crowd work. So he did the setup and then let the crowd bring the stories that he could build the comedy from, which is perfect for him to do. And then I watched Joke World. I don't know if you follow Joke World on YouTube. You should, because he's literally got his finger on the pulse of everything comedy going on. So he follows all the comedy podcasts, anybody specials, anything crazy going on, any controversies, stuff like that. So he covers it all. And he interviews comedians and stuff like that. So Joke World on, and it's like WRLD, like it's not spelled out all the way. And so he followed up on that and a lot of other things. And he'll do like a 40-minute like compilation of the biggest moments of the month across podcasts and stuff like that. So he follows all the comedy podcasts, and like you start seeing the patterns. Like you can tell when somebody's got something coming up and they hit 5 podcasts in the month.
Oh shit!
You know, back to back to back to back. And so like, and it's funny is if you want to know who's going to be on Kill Tony, just pay attention to Rogan, because anytime somebody, so Jordan Peterson is actually going to be on an episode of Kill Tony soon.
No shit.
Because they talked about it on the Rogan episode. He's like, you were on Kill Tony. How was that? And I was like, okay, I cannot fucking wait to have Jordan Peterson on stage at Kill Tony.
Is he like one of the guys that sit at the table, or is he up
No,
there?
he'll be at the table, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because he loves comedy. He loves the world of comedy.
Yeah.
He's funny in his own right. You know, in that intellectual humor, but he loves comedy for the same way he loves just being a speechwriter and stuff like that, and talking to people and having that presence, and building in the beats and how you talk to people, and the punch. You have the same kind of punchlines when you're just delivering philosophy to somebody. You know, to keep people interested when you're standing there talking for a fucking hour is important one way or the other. But with comedy, you mix in the element of surprise, and that's what hooks people even more. So if you integrate methods of comedy into just talking about something that should be a very boring and way too heady topic, people will grasp it way easier. So Jordan Peterson has actually embraced comedy to become a better scientific mind.
That's a good idea.
An entertainer, you know, and also becoming a part of the Daily Wire has changed that for him. So, being with Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh and these other guys who integrate a little bit of comedy with their very serious bullshit that they're usually talking. And like, he's not directly involved; he does have freedom over his own stuff, but that allowed him to continue doing things while the Canadian government is trying to basically jail him for destroying, you know, for daring to think and talk on his own.
How dare you?
Yeah, that is how it be. That is how it be.
Oh my God!
Well, how do you feel about the UK threatening to come over to America and arrest people? That one fucking asshole. He's like, we will extradite you and bring you back here for hate speech.
Bitch, I wish you would.
It's like a fucking a Facebook comment about something that happened somewhere in the UK, and they will fly to America to extradite you for hate speech. I was like, I mean, first try to define it. It's like, do you want to tell me exactly what I did and how that was hate speech and what exactly hate speech is? Then maybe I will go along. Maybe like, okay, cool. Let me call the Texas Rangers to protect me first.
Yeah.
It's like, I could see that happening in, say, New York. They could probably bust somebody. Fucking Portland, anywhere like that, West Coast. I could see them. Okay, cool. We're gonna go pick this person up and you can come get him. Texas and be like, bitch.
No.
We're
going to get an expedited ass whooping. It's
like, don't make us build a wall between you. It's like Texas starts building a wall in front of London. She's like, it's like we're going to just wall up the UK.
Oh
like,
my God.
No, y'all just need to live amongst yourselves for a while.
Man, you Brits got enough problems as it is right now. Mind your business and fix your own shit.
Correct.
Because it's getting buck wild over there. And like I was telling you, I didn't understand what was going on. You start digging into it. I was like, holy shit, how long has this crap been going on? It's just getting worse.
Years.
Yeah, it's fucking
the same
crazy.
mental length that's been going on for everyone else, except we don't hear about it.
It's true.
It's the same thing that happens everywhere else. It flares up because something finally went wrong enough.
That was pretty wrong.
Yeah. It's like, oh, look, and now things are on fire. They're arresting their own citizens for protesting illegal immigration and violence.
And then the whole hate speech on social media thing, like people were going to jail.
Canada's doing that.
Oh, they started that shit?
Yeah, Canada's one of the first ones.
Oh, my God.
Well, there was a comedian who was jailed for quote-unquote hate speech.
Wow.
Years ago, pre-COVID.
No shit.
Yeah, that's why all these Canadians come down here to do comedy. Because they can actually speak free.
Yeah.
They couldn't do half the shit they do in Canada. Especially now, we got a lot of Canadians moving to Texas.
That's
moving
so
to Austin.
fucking weird.
It's like they want freedom of speech. They want to be able to say the things they want to say.
Yeah. I do. Okay. I remember that because we were making fun of Mike. Like, you might want to delete all that
we keep. Well, then look what happened. Facebook got him for hate speech or something. He didn't say. Well, okay. Look, it's Mike. It's Mike. We know they had a file on Mike 7 miles long.
Yeah.
But like the fact they completely deleted all of his Meta accounts without warning, or warning that we told anybody about. Always have a backup, people. He was trying to rebuild his facing. I mean, like his professional pages were on Facebook and they were linked to his personal. So all of it got deleted. That's nuts.
That is too far, people. That is too far.
But look, now with Google possibly being broken up, we didn't get a chance to talk about this. The lawsuit against Google and the federal government is legitimate thinking about breaking up YouTube or Google's monopoly over information. That's going to be interesting. Because that might affect things that can happen on YouTube. That's definitely going to affect things that happen across the internet. You know, if Google is the gatekeeper of information, because you have to go through Google before you can get to anything else because it's default. if we get rid of that default, how much more will people be able to learn? Because a lot of people use DuckDuckGo instead of Google because there's no filter. They just find the things you want to find. You know, there's things we can go try to search for in Google right now, and it will be covered. Like I showed Jeff when you saw that. That was on the uncut version. The way they were censoring information about Trump's assassination, just by controlling whether or not it was autofill searched.
So fucking wild, dude.
You could search for it, but it wouldn't autofill. And even it wouldn't show Donald Trump president. It wouldn't even come up. It would come up with Donald Duck. That was the first thing that came up. It's like, that's fucking nuts. Yeah. And then when they got called on it on Twitter, they changed it. Oh, what other government was it? Is it the UK who wants to arrest Elon Musk as well for allowing them to talk to Trump? Or allowing Trump to talk on X the other week?
Yeah, that was them.
Which, look.
You suck it,
dude,
man.
For an off-the-cuff, like 2.5 hour conversation, I other than a few times where Trump clearly was exaggerating a bit, you know, it was like no other candidate for presidency anywhere is doing this.
Right.
I mean, Kamala won't even do an interview, let alone a 2-hour sit-down.
No.
She'll do a 5-second word piece with a super friendly, like ABC. Yeah. But the debate won't happen. They're going to jail Trump before the debate. They're planning on it.
I've been waiting for that.
Have you heard this? That supposedly Rikers is already got a section ready. They're already ready to arrest Trump and sentence him to jail. Oh God! They're already prepped for it. Like I
believe it.
Yeah, be like, oh, remember how we just did this whole thing where the president is immune? All that shit you just brought up was brought under the time he was president. Right. So sorry, but they're gonna do it anyways. Oh, don't. They won't even make it. They won't even make it to the debate that they're supposed to have in September. Right. Supposedly, and then they want to jail him for at least a year, and because it's state jail, there's nothing he can do. Can't pardon himself or nothing. State, yeah. That's why they brought state charges, because he couldn't pardon himself. It's like, what do? You're just gonna have the president, sitting in jail? Yeah. It's like
with commissary.
Yeah. Be like, well, and not only that, the Secret Service in jail because they have to go with him.
Yeah, how the fuck does that work?
It doesn't, but they're gonna do it. Well, that's why that one congressman was trying to remove Secret Service protections while he was in jail. Be like, and then the next thing is all of a sudden 10 million shivs show up on their doorstep like bricks at a protest. You got
bricks at a protest.
Yeah, it's a pallet of shivs show up in the shampoo delivery. Like, that's weird. Why did they say from BlackRock? Sorry, I mean the WEF. I mean Ukraine. Vanguard. I mean Russia.
Yeah.
It's such a fucking mess.
Oh my God, I'm so sick of this shit.
Yeah, we live in a very funny world.
Yeah, it's funny, all right. It definitely smells weird.
Yeah, but that's why, like, sometimes I wish I was more like Ricky. I'm not gonna worry about it till it comes to my door. I don't even want to know about it. I'd be like, yeah, but then it's too late.
That's true, and then you're the last one in line trying to get the fuck out.
If you even try to get out.
I know, man. It's like I was telling you sometimes, man. Sometimes I can't talk about it no more. Yeah. I start getting super fucking mad.
Yeah, that is another reason why Jeff doesn't want to talk a lot of times, because he doesn't want to get that upset and break things in my room. Right. And look, he's already knocked over my Power Rangers. And by the way, they still haven't been stood back up. I've been focusing on the bigger Power Rangers that I got now. Dude, I got another one in right before we left. I just didn't get a chance to open it. I found the Ranger Slayer, the alternate universe Kimberly.
Oh, with the bow and arrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I got her at like $40 off on Amazon.
Damn.
I was like, yep, I'm buying that, because it's $139 on BBTS, and I found her on Amazon for $89. I was like,
holy shit.
I was like, I'm just going to transfer this $100 over.
Is that the 3-0 one?
3-0, yeah.
So what ones do you not have?
Okay, so I need to finish out the regular MMPRs. I've got Yellow Ranger coming Monday, so I got her for $100 on Amazon. So ultimately, I'm going to need... I got Pink supposedly pre-ordered on BBTS. I don't know how that happened. She went out of stock and then went up for pre-order. So I'm like, okay. So I still need... Like I said, I have Yellow coming, so I need Pink and Blue to finish out regular MMPR. Gotcha. But because now I have some comics characters mixed in, because I've got the new Green Ranger coming. So the one from the comics, the new Green Ranger, Matt.
Oh, okay.
So in his new Chaos uniform, Chaos powered uniform, and it glows in the dark.
fucking
So like you
nice.
can get some glow in the dark effects. It's the chaos energy running through him. And he actually comes with a new dragon dagger that looks different and everything.
Oh,
It's pretty fucking cool. I saw that and I put it up immediately because they're only making like 500. I'm like,
damn.
Yep, buying that because I missed out on Lord Draken because I wasn't collecting them yet. So now I need to see if I can get a Draken. Because if I can, I will. I will pay the late tax
Yeah, you need that, man.
because I already got the White Ranger bought. That's on the way. So I'll have like a Tommy shelf slash because I can do just a Tommy shelf, just Green Ranger, White Ranger, other Green Ranger if I need to. But also like they have the Zeo set coming and they look so fucking good. But
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, but dude, the Gold Ranger is the main draw, right?
Right.
And he looks so fucking good. But I can't see myself buying that too. It's funny we just go from politics to nerd shit. It is what it is. Well, because you were asking me earlier about the Gundam problem. It's like, and I honestly, since we're gonna move, I don't know what I'm gonna do with all of it because there's still stuff I would like to build.
Right.
Like I got a few in the backlog that I want to build, but I'm like, even if I build it, what the fuck am I gonna do with it? Like I needed to get those other 00 Gundams back from you, but I'm not gonna because I'm not even gonna put them on display.
Yeah.
Because right now I've got 3/4 of my display with Power Rangers or Transformers. Because I'm putting the Planet X MP IDW Dinobots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I've got Grimlock. I got 2 Grimlocks, and I've got 1 Sludge. I need to get another Sludge so I can have both.
Right.
And then I'm still buying the New Age guys.
Oh yeah, you're into the legends.
Yeah, so I'm into the New Age Legends, but I mean, once I get Snarl, I don't even know what else I need from that collection if I even care. But like I've got like 4 collections of things that I don't even think about. So I've got a whole bunch of the Siege Transformers, which whoop-de-doo, right?
Yeah.
And then I've got a whole bunch of my Dragon Ball Z figures. They're all in box. All my 52 Toys Beast Box stuff is in box. No pun intended. And that line, I don't know if you've been keeping up with 52 Toys. The stuff they're developing is insane. Like they're going like full on Diaclone with some stuff where they have like little figures that are driving the vehicles.
No shit.
They've got like 3 different way transforming things to still somehow turn into a 2-inch cube.
Wow.
And combine with other stuff. And they're doing play sets and combining with extra other things. And I'm like, 52 Toys is already it's actually 52 Toys. It's already a brand unto themselves, like Hasbro's a brand. So they have other things. But Beast Box and Infinity Box and things like that they're building is becoming this massive, like almost third-party type transforming object.
Wow.
It's not associated with Transformers in any way, but it's crazy the stuff they're doing. And I am like 2 years behind on collecting that line.
Damn.
Like if you buy anything new Beast Box, it looks nothing like stuff they were doing 2 years ago. Like the finesse and the transformations, like to take a cube and make it look not like a cube anymore. It's almost like what is that one company that did Puru Kill? Remember that?
Unique Toys?
Is it Unique Toys? Because they take some of the movie cars and they totally make it look like the actual movie figure by doing a whole lot of clever folding. It's the same thing with 52 Toys. Like, okay, this was a box. How the fuck does it now look like a dragon? or how does it look like a 3-pack of koi fish? Yeah, it's like what? How did we get here? I was like, that'd be a line to collect in and of itself.
It's true.
It's like, and then they have like duocons in a way now, like 2 things that combine to make one bigger vehicle. Damn. So yeah, they're doing all kinds of crazy shit. And I'm like, not even remotely collecting any of that anymore.
Yeah, it's been a long time since.
I actually almost brought one of those kits up here for you because I have the Dio kits. You know that one is like the.
Oh yeah.
Like I was gonna bring you one and have you paint it, but I forgot.
Damn.
I can always. That's an excuse to come back, right?
Yeah.
Birthday's next month.
Or USPS.
Yep. But yeah, no, because that's a really neat little kit, and I'm just too lazy to paint. I still have never used my fucking airbrush. I've still never fucking used it.
Damn.
It's still sitting there. The airbrush and compressor are still sitting in. Well, it's not in my bathroom anymore, but it was.
In the bathroom.
It was in the bathroom on the stool because I had nowhere to put it. Now my bathroom's a little bit more organized.
Well, what can you do?
Speaking of which, I'm surprised you don't have a lot more car artwork or stuff laying around.
Yeah. No.
Like I got simple. A lot.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm kind of under restraints.
Well, I mean, even in your office.
Yeah.
So there's not like 90s supermodel swimsuit posters up somewhere.
Yeah, the purple and black lightning in the background with the white Countach in the front.
Dude, I had that fucking poster.
I think everybody had that poster in the
Fucking
90s.
because we all got it from the Scholastic book fair. That's why.
Dad
That
gave you
and
$2.
that and the red Testarossa.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, no, I had all those things. I know I told it on here before, but I had like virtually half of my walls of my childhood bedroom covered in car posters, either full-size posters or got car calendars and cut out the individual things, and I posted those everywhere, and I had them arranged like perfectly spaced, like an inch apart, and like it was awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't do that at my house.
No wonder I didn't get laid forever.
My mother, she let me have that one poster that I was telling you about, and it was like where the door opens up, the short wall between the closet.
Okay.
So when the door's open, you can never see it.
Yeah.
Because it had a blonde or something on it.
I didn't have that problem because I had the folding doors, so they didn't block anything.
But she wasn't down with hanging posters or shit on the wall, so I never got to do that.
And that's back in the day when we were good with either tape or if you had enough thumbtacks, right?
Yeah.
Now it's like, nope, I want my shit framed and nicely hung, or I'm using fucking, what are they called? Contact strips or whatever they're called? Command strips.
Backlit, LEDs.
I'm not going that fucking far. It's too much effort.
So much.
I've got those. I bought these LED strips to light up the area around my detolfs, and then I totally didn't think it through how I was actually going to set it up. So it's like half stuck to the base behind the things, and I'm like, fuck. How do I continue this? And now it's half stuck, and then three quarters of the rolls of the LED strips are just sitting there waiting. I can't use them while they're rolled up because they'll catch fire.
Oh yeah, we don't want that.
No
fire.
So they're just sitting there, not hooked up at all. It's hilarious.
Jesus.
It's like, oh, good thing I spent money on this.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out one day because
Best
I can always
idea.
cut it, and then resolder it or use connectors. The cool thing about those LED strips is you can do that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, if you feel like it, obviously. Now they have like those universal clips that can you just clip the shit together.
Have these rope lights or rope LEDs or whatever you call it.
I saw them around a room and it's turned on.
Same way.
It's pretty cool though. Fucking A. So what else is going on? Have you watched anything lately that I don't know about?
Let's see.
Because you didn't get around to seeing Deadpool yet.
No, I haven't. Well, it sucks because the closest theater to my little shitty town is 60 miles away.
Yeah, you got to plan that shit out.
Yeah. I mean, so 30 miles down the road, there is a one-screen theater, but they will not get any blockbusters.
Yeah.
Blockbusters. So you got to go over to Oklahoma is the closest place, and it's 60
Damn.
miles. Now, it's a 120-mile round trip to see a movie.
Yeah. You might as well stay the night.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, but, man.
Just wait till it hits Disney.
Exactly. But that's going to take a while because it's still making money, so they're going
It's
to keep
over
it
$1
in
billion
there.
now.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
What does that tell you?
That people were desperate for something good to watch.
Exactly.
And they want funny.
Yeah, we don't want no bullshit.
But unapologetically funny.
Yes.
Like, fuck your feelings.
Exactly. We want to be entertained.
Yeah, we want to be entertained, even if it is bloody dick jokes.
Who doesn't like
in a
that?
very literal sense.
Yeah, who doesn't like
I mean, also, if you're taking your kid to see Deadpool,
that's on you.
that's
homie.
on you.
Yeah.
You should not be taking. These are not meant for kids. But didn't they? I could have sworn they put out a PG rated version for Deadpool 2. I think they did it as a joke. You could buy it on DVD. It was like massively edited. I think it was something like 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
I think they actually did the meme. I think they
don't
legit
remember.
sold a PG version of Deadpool to make it like fit Disney, even though it was pre-Disney days.
Yeah.
They're like, I think because that was that. Yes, they did because that was the version that had Fred Savage in it.
Oh,
Remember that?
Yes.
You see
yes,
that weird
yes.
little clip? It is from that version. It's the only version you get that scene with Fred Savage.
Yeah.
That's they did make it because that evidence
be
exists. Because that's a hilarity. Because it's supposed to be, I forget which movie it is that that's a reference to. It's not the Wonder Years, obviously. It's something else, but it's a reference to a certain movie, and they only did it for that. I was like,
Oh fuck!
it's not big.
It's the one where he's sick and his grandpa tells him that story. And
Oh,
the pirate.
that's right. That's right. Not Wishmaster. That's a completely different movie. Although that would be weird.
Princess Bride.
No, it's not Princess Bride.
Fuck.
Is it?
Is it?
No, that doesn't make sense. Princess Bride's not a fairy tale thing. I don't know. We'll look it up
It's
later.
where he's the pirate Roberts, and it's got Andre
That's
the
Red
Giant.
Pirate Roberts. That's fucking Princess Bride.
Yeah. Isn't that one dude?
I don't know.
Nah,
Because that makes it sound like it's a never-ending story.
it's true.
I don't know. There's a reference there where Deadpool is supposedly telling Fred Savage these fucking stories. Supposedly.
You would think
But it's also adult Fred Savage, which is why it's funny.
which is even weird.
It's like, why are you doing this? So I think it's like the unrated Deadpool 3 will be amazing. I don't even know what they're going to include.
Well, what did I see? I saw something about the unrated Deadpool or deleted scenes and shit that Disney was blocking. They didn't want them out.
Well, anything with cocaine.
Well, that too. And there was some stuff with Henry Cavill. There were some fight scenes with Henry Cavill doing some stuff in there. They were cutting that out. They didn't want it.
Even more stuff?
Yeah. There's supposed to be like 4 extra minutes of Henry Cavill in there. Or deleted scenes work. Put it that way.
They can fit in lots of deleted scenes.
Yeah.
Well, there's probably more Wolverine variants to cut.
Yeah.
Because they could have easily done that for time. Because, fucking, what's his face? Harry Potter was supposed to be supposedly.
Yeah, that was one of the first rumors.
Yeah, it was one of the very first rumors. And every other rumor came true.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I guarantee you that's on a cutting room floor somewhere.
Yeah.
And I bet there's a weird Harry Potter joke. Oh, do you want to show me your wand? And he fucking flips him off with the claw.
Yeah.
That would be the way to do.
Yeah.
And then he says Expelliarmus or something,
Yeah.
or Avada Kedavra, and he cuts his head off.
Please.
Look, I can write I can write these movies. That's not a problem. It's like some of the shit that is said on these podcasts, I could easily write.
That's true, man.
And you know what's hilarious? So Jeff gave Robot Jocks a glaring review.
Oh my god,
and not in a good
dude.
way. But
You hurt my heart, Jeff.
Yeah.
You hurt my heart.
But what's so funny? Are you friends with Dante on Facebook?
No.
Okay.
Yes? No?
Maybe.
No. I don't know.
So Dante posted a thing about rubber, where it's the basic description and it shows the tire and the rabbit, and it says there is this movie about a killer tire who kills things with mind and all this a tire named Robert and all this stuff. And like, dude, that instantly brought me back to doing that review of that movie with Dante, because neither of us had seen this movie. We only knew about it in passing, watched it, and that podcast was so ridiculous. Like the stuff that we like came up with on the fly, and just like that, like the deep lore behind the movie that we just came up with off the top of our fucking heads. You know, like where I make the reference to where there's 14 chairs at the beginning of the movie, and at the end there's 14 tires rolling with them. Are they the souls of the people he killed at the beginning? You know, and that's why these 14 tires are resurrected to go with him, because they're the souls of the people he killed. Which, nice lore. But then also the fact that I came up with the fucking sequels down the line, which I thought would have been really fucking funny. But it's just like that. It's like creatives, and you get these weird premises. Like Deadpool is a weird fucking premise.
Absolutely.
And then when you bring Ryan Reynolds into it, it just becomes something completely different.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you just ignore the rules that Marvel has to follow, then it gets even better. And you can just come up with shit on the fly, like what we just did just with that. Right. You know, the Harry Potter jokes write themselves. Oh, forgot about this. There's leaks coming out now from D23, the Disney convention.
Oh, okay.
About the new Winter Soldier. No, I'm sorry. Captain America movie. No. They showed the transformation of Ross into Red Hulk.
No shit.
Yeah, so it's still kind of previs. It's a little bit wonky, but it looks really fucking good.
Does it though?
Yeah, I mean, they already showed you a teaser of Red Hulk in the actual teaser trailer, but like he's giving a speech as president, and something sets him off, and he transforms behind the podium, and then picks up the podium and chucks it.
Oh, sweet.
I was like, this is going to be fun. That movie might actually be good. Because, honestly, the Captain America movies have not missed. They've all been good. Yeah. It's like, mind you, this is not Steve Rogers' Captain America. It is, and I've got no problem with Falcon as Captain America. I hate that we don't got Bucky as Captain America, but he's got to go play with the Thunderbolts right now.
Yeah.
So, which, how are they even going to get the Thunderbolts if we got the Red Hulk being Mr. Thunderbolt over here as president?
So I didn't watch any of the Disney series with Falcon. And
you didn't watch Falcon Winter Soldier?
No, I didn't.
It was wonky, but not terrible.
So let me ask you this: does Falcon have any kind of super juice shot up in him? No,
nothing.
So he's human.
He is just a badass human who trained to be badass.
Right. He's peak level condition, I guess, or human.
Well,
level
about
condition.
as peak as you can be.
Right.
I mean, he already uses a flight pack that most people can't use that can fly hypersonic. So he's already got massive skills. He can fight, and now he's got Stark Tech / Avengers Tech behind him, and he also has the shield.
So how is he going to be Captain America and not get fucking killed by a mutant or some of these other gods and stuff like that? How is he going to survive? He's just human.
I mean, he fought a whole bunch of fucking super soldiers.
How?
Trained. I mean, he is a trained
So he's like Batman.
military guy. You know, he's already a very well trained fucking military guy. I mean, he is older, mind you. You know, he's in his 40s or whatever, because he's already retired from military service. You know, at the beginning of Captain America, Civil War. No, Winter Soldier. And plus, he's trained with Bucky. So, I mean, there's that. He's got Avengers training, he's got Captain America training, and he's got Bucky training.
Right.
And he's still got the backing of the U.S. government to be Captain America. So, I mean, like, but what do you do when the government is the problem again? You know? But also, you're dealing with, apparently, Giancarlo Esposito. He's the head of the Serpent Society in this, apparently. So they're still keeping the Serpent Society going in the background. Because that was a big deal in the Luke Cage series.
Yeah.
It was all the Serpent Society guys, Copperhead, Cottonmouth, stuff like that. It's kind of cool that they're still keeping it like that. So he's this super dangerous, just kind of normal, heavy-duty gangster dude. So who's going toe-to-toe with military people.
Gotcha.
You know, so I don't know. It should be interesting. But the idea that we also have Red Hulk in the mix.
Yeah, that's got to be the draw.
Yeah, because the problem is they already tell you who he is. It's like that was the secret back in the days. Who the hell is Red Hulk?
It is true.
And we won't get regular Hulk.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Should be interesting. But I think it's entirely possible they'll have She-Hulk somewhat involved. Well, they have to because she's the only other Hulk at their disposal. Because we don't even know where or when it's taking place. Because if it's while regular Hulk is still off planet, which is entirely possible.
Yeah.
You know, or it could be he's off just doing whatever because we know he has a son in weird extra canon. You know, his son is now around, so who knows? Maybe that's the only way they get by. Because there was a Hulk cameo in Deadpool Wolverine.
That's true. There was, wasn't
Yep.
I
I
did
mean, you
see
just
that
saw his face briefly and a large green foot. So there was that. But I mean, technically speaking, Fox and Disney now in the same hole, so you can actually sort of do that. We'll still never get a Fox or a Hulk movie on his own. Still can't due to the rights. It's so stupid. You can have Hulk be the main character or something, but it can't be his movie.
That is so wild.
I think there's a certain percentage of where he can be on screen.
Wow.
So you can have stuff around him, but you can't have him be the main thing. And it'd be a straight up MCU thing. So retarded.
People pissing in the same hole.
Yep. And then I haven't even seen the trailer for Agatha All Along or whatever it is. So the sequel to WandaVision.
Oh, I didn't even finish that.
Yeah.
I watched the first 3 episodes.
I liked WandaVision. I thought it was a good show. It was one of the only shows that felt somewhat complete compared to the rest of the Disney stuff that got heavily edited.
It's true.
That and Loki. Loki was very...
I did like Loki. Yeah, Loki was good.
See, at least you've seen Loki, so that you have the reference for Deadpool.
Oh, okay.
Because it's all based around Loki Season 2.
Yeah.
So if you didn't see Loki Season 2, like Jeff, then Deadpool was a really weird movie to you. Something going on?
I was looking for Izzy.
Oh.
She didn't come in. I always worry she tries to get out. She's a runner.
I saw her.
No, she's outside.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was just looking to see what she had.
Okay. Do you want to come say hi? No. Okay.
No.
Well, I always got to offer. I'm not going to be rude. I know Jessica rarely wants to be on. There you go. Hi from a distance. Just wave.
Sissy girl.
Turn the camera. Do what I do. Turn the camera on, Jessica.
Oh, she's right there.
Yeah, she's tucked away. You can't even see her above the couch. She's going to pass out on that couch. Guarantee it.
There's Izzy.
Izzy.
How doing, Izzy?
She's like, it's hot outside, Dad.
Yeah, it's hot.
It's hot outside out there. Yeah, it's hotter up here than it is down home.
Good girl.
But you guys are lacking the humidity.
That makes a huge difference, dude.
No, it doesn't. Not when it's 108. It's like when it's 108, it don't matter if there's humidity or not. It's still 108.
It's still fucking hot.
So if we're 92 with 80% humidity, it feels like 108. When it's actually 108, it doesn't make any difference. So it's just one of those days. It's stupid fucking hot. Oh, it was hot in Oklahoma, which the trip went well. I enjoyed it. We had good beers. Met a couple nice people. Got to see a state that I never got to see anything of. Not much, but it was there.
Nothing in there.
Ain't much, dude. Oklahoma City is fucking cool. At least where we were, it was really fucking
Did y'all
cool.
go down Bricktown?
That's where we were.
Oh, okay.
Almost like we were 5 minutes away from Bricktown.
Ah.
So we spent all that time around Bricktown area, and it was fucking cool. I was like, this reminds me of like the cooler places around Dallas we like to hang out, and like Deep Ellum area, and same thing like Montrose and Houston. It's like that artsy, upcoming kind of nice-ish area, but you can tell it wasn't nice before. Yeah, I think we call that gentrified. But you throwing a whole lot of rainbow at it at the same time, because that's how you get it more gentrified, is make it more gay in the very literal sense. It's not a bad thing. That's literally what they do. They're like, throw expensive gay people at it. I mean, wealthy gay people. Fuck. Yeah, that sounded so much worse than I meant it to.
They'll fix it.
Expensive gay people.
Expensive gay people.
Drag queens?
Of course, because you are one. What? Sorry.
Yeah, that's weird. That was weird, Sean.
Yeah.
You're more of a drag queen. I've seen the pictures in the dress.
Only on Fridays.
Only on Friday? It's the Friday's $2 special?
Yep, Friday night.
What's your drag name?
Shaniqua.
That's literally Shaniqua.
Shaniqua. Enchanté.
Spelled the same way. But it's not spelled like the French way. It's just like the best you can spell it. Enchanté? With a question mark at the end?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, dude. So what's the next thing that's going to be coming out?
Marvel-wise?
Anything wise? TV show, movie?
The Penguin show coming up on HBO.
That's right.
That was one of the teasers that I saw. It looks good.
Yeah, it looks badass.
Because it's still in the same world. It continues on basically since the Batman, I think. Yeah, because Falcone's dead. Yep. So it like, and this is what I always said what Marvel should be doing. In between movies, they need to have series that fill out the gap and then build up to the movie, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. used to do.
Yeah.
Except they couldn't technically relate one to the other. It worked. But they can in DC. Who gives a shit? Yeah. But also, it's a very small universe, the Batman universe, and the Batman 2 is coming. Joker 2 is coming very soon. I don't care about that. Unless you like Lady Gaga that much.
No.
She's a decent actress.
She is. It's just I don't fucking care.
I don't want to see a singing and dancing Harley Quinn, personally, or Joaquin Phoenix.
But, especially him.
But he's actually so good in that role.
He is.
In the Joker.
That's why I don't understand why they keep calling it a musical. Like, why would you leave what works to do that?
Because I think the way in this movie he's going to relate to his psychosis is through musical numbers. Because of Harley. I have a feeling that she's going to bring the music into his life. Even though he had that a little bit, because remember he used to dance to himself. So it's gonna take place a lot in Arkham. He's probably going to be imagining a lot of it, but then some of it's going to be real. Yeah. The musical numbers are obviously all in his mind. Because like they do like La La Land, and they do a couple other like clear references to other musicals that you see in the trailer. So, I mean, it might be really interesting and super artistic, but without any kind of, it's still the Joker. Like the scene of him running down the street, he's being chased by other versions of himself. Whoa. So he's reliving the events of the first movie where the bullies are chasing him, remember? Except he's dressed up in the part of the like runny Joker makeup. He's got a non-Jokerized version, one version of him in a straitjacket, and then the Joker version chasing him down the street. So, I mean, honestly, it might be one of those like movie of the year that nobody wants to see because they're too afraid to watch it type situation.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be very uncomfortable.
The first one was uncomfortable as hell.
That's so true. And it's like, how do you up that?
Well, I mean, like, it's a movie about watching someone's psychosis, and we still never know if the whole movie even happened or not.
It's true.
Because it all is taking place in his head while he's sitting there talking to the lady in the room. And it's not until the end of the movie you realize that he was reliving / retelling what happened, and we don't even know if it ever actually happened.
That is true.
Yeah. So, but I guess in this movie we'll directly reference the shit that happened.
Well, I mean, I'm still gonna watch it. It's just I don't
watch it at home.
Yeah.
Right? Not going to. I don't know. That might be a good one to watch in IMAX because it's going to be a giant fucking ridiculous spectacle.
That is true.
And as a movie that's a spectacle, like Michael Bay movies are probably some of the best things to watch in IMAX, except it's the movie's garbage, but a giant 4D IMAX nonsense.
Yeah.
Like I never watched Twisters, but I heard watching Twisters in the 5D theaters was awesome because it had the wind, the shaking, and all that stuff.
No shit, I've never been to one of those.
Well, no, they only have a handful near us, and I just don't. I'm not keen on it. It's like, but somebody went and saw it and like that, and they said it was awesome because it felt like you were literally there with the storm because it sprays water in your face, that fan's
Holy
blowing in your
shit,
face,
that's crazy.
and the seats shake. Might be worth it. I don't know. It's like $30 a ticket for that kind of shit, though. It's an experience.
Yeah, my experience.
Yeah,
I peed a little. That's your experience.
yeah, but you always pee a little.
That's true.
You're incontinent a little, but you also had like 17 beers.
Only when I sneeze.
How often does he accidentally pee himself?
Well, that's the first I've ever heard of it.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, he doesn't tell you.
no.
Oh. I mean, there's so many other bodily functions that you're aware of.
Yes, the other bodily functions I would say different
Yeah,
than pee.
I hear all the stories. I hear all the stories,
No, he's very gassy.
and he laughs while telling the story the whole time about the horrible thing he just did to you. For those who can't hear, Summer is off to the side. He is super gassy. He hasn't yet to be gassy so far while here, or he's being very silent about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, we do tell each other our shit and fart stories.
I've never farted in front of you.
And he's upset about it.
An accident one.
I was asleep on the couch and she was digging in the fridge and she went "Fwa-fwa," and didn't know I was on the couch. And I rose up and I was like, "What was that?" And she's like, "What are you doing here?"
I live here. I live here, and you just farted.
Long time.
So wait, how long have y'all lived together?
3 years.
3 years now. I mean, yeah, 3 years now.
Yeah.
3 years.
So with like Jessica and I got over that shit real fast because we had to have very condensed time together on the weekends at each other's living situation. So we had to deal with bodily functions very quickly. So we just never had that honeymoon period where you pretend the other person doesn't fart and their shit don't stink, and then you move into a tiny apartment with one bathroom, so you can't avoid each other's smells. So we were forced into that, and people think we're weird because like we don't have that barrier. We're like, no, we're not rude, but we also sometimes have fart offs. I mean, it's just true.
Well, Shaun ended up doing it in front of me like 3 months in. Like, he just, like, I can't go outside anymore.
It's too cold or too hot to go outside and fart.
I grew up with nothing but girls, and if we did it, we would get in trouble.
Really,
Yeah, so I've never in front of my
you got to be
dad.
dainty.
I've never, yeah, we just don't.
No. I mean, I just.
Like grounded if I would have done it.
I think since we were forced into the specific things, like, you know, we told you earlier, like we were just in her room, which was the garage, and we spent a little time with her moms, but we wanted time to ourselves. So there was no time I got to go outside to fart right quick or whatever. And, you know, and then also if we're going on a long trip because we had an hour and a half drive together anywhere, if we're going back or forth, it's like, well, you're stuck in a car for an hour and a half. It's probably going to happen.
My daughter will do it in the car.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's your daughter.
One of them will.
Which one?
Allison.
Okay.
She will not. She's just like me.
She's a little lady. That's funny. Get all the stories. All the stories. I've already heard them all. That's why like we were talking about earlier. It's like walking in here, it's like, look, I feel like we just haven't seen each other in years because like I already know all the stories. We talk all the time. I mean, unfortunately, you're involved in that. It's like, you know, probably know far more than we should, or I should anyways, just a little bit here and there. Because sometimes she's around when he sends me voice messages, and so she'll hear them, and she'll just be like, "You guys talk to each other like that?" I'm like, yeah, you should. No.
Well,
just like
yeah.
no, just well, yeah, sometimes. Because no, he'll be at no.
We're staying with his parents. We'll be in the room just laughing hysterically, and then like I'll fart, and then like it make him laugh, and then hear fart, and then we're fart laughing together, and his mom's like, "What are y'all doing?"
No, she said, "What the hell is wrong with y'all?" That she comes in the room and she did, yeah. But there's been a couple weeks ago, he was messaging me on his way to work from the packing sack, and he's like telling me this, that here. Ooh, I farted. Did you hear it? And then it just keeps going. For people who don't understand, Shaun and I are actually friends. It's like, yeah, it's like if we can't have shit talks. There was a one time you messaged me about something, and I was taking a shower after work, and I messaged you back in the shower, and you're like, "Are you taking a shower?" I'm like, yeah. It's like it's not like I'm on video. It's like that. That's the awkward part. Don't go on video call.
Are you FaceTiming me right now?
It's like, just quit. Why are you FaceTiming me on the shitter?
Stop smiling. No direct eye contact.
You're on FaceTime looking away from the phone.
Yeah.
This is so weird. It's like in a podcast.
Like you
Don't
hold the
look at each
phone
other.
to the back of the shampoo bottle.
I mean,
so you can read along.
I mean,
with
you're
you.
already autistic. You won't make eye contact. That's fine. We already talked about the short bus with the gas leak too.
If it's a fast bus, it's smaller, so it's faster.
Look, it seemed faster because the windows were so much bigger.
And the carbon monoxide.
The carbon monoxide. It was quick. I know I hit the ceiling real good when she went over them bumps.
It's so fun.
Now, see, that's actually a real story from my childhood. So I don't know if I ever told this on the podcast, but we'll wrap up here in a minute after this. Because we would talk our bus driver. So we were usually the first on or last off. Is it us or another neighborhood? It would just depend. You know, because we're two main neighborhoods and a couple others. The ones near the school, obviously, they were the last ones on, or first ones on and last ones or first ones off. But with our neighborhood, we had a couple of real bumpy areas. One was a giant culvert, so it made a big hill. And buses are like catapults because that fucking back wheel is about 3/4 up the chassis. So we would sit at the back of the bus and then see how high we would fly out of the seat.
Oh my God.
So she would floor it over the hump. And see how high we would fly. I mean, we were more interested in how high. But there was one time my old friend Johnny, which, mind you, he's like 6'4",
Damn.
190 pounds now, and he's a cop. He was a much smaller dude back then, little scrawny fucking kid. He hit the fucking ceiling one time. He had his backpack on, or he might have been hurt. So he got launched, hit the ceiling, and came back down. I was standing there watching. But the other thing she would do once we got older, got taller, because we had the same bus driver for like 5 fucking years. This is when they added the pop-out safety caps on the things. So what we would do is we would pop it up, hang on, and then have her speed up and then slam on the brakes. And so we would swing. And then there was a couple times, there was one dude, his name was Kevin Wolf. And
Dude, that's a hard ass name.
it is. He was not a hard ass by any means. He was very soft. And he had a twin sister. It was like, yeah, they were actually twins. They looked very similar. And then when he grew his hair out, it was just like, dude, cut your hair. You look too much like your sister. So his fingers slipped and he fell forward and hit the dashboard. But he was laughing his ass off the whole time. I mean, mind you, we're in like 6th grade, 7th grade.
Oh, okay.
So actually, yeah, we had to have been like 7th grade because we weren't driving. Obviously, we're on a bus. We're old enough so we can reach the ceiling. And of course, some fucking Karen had to go and ruin it. Saw what was happening from the outside. Wondered why the fucking bus was speeding through the neighborhood and then slamming on the brakes. And then just happened to see us fucking swinging from the outside. It's like, bitch, mind your business.
Can't have no fun.
No, it's literally what happened. She told us she got in trouble
Damn.
because some bitch called in. It's not like today is cell phones where somebody could record that shit. You just had to call the bus barn and report it. It was like, look, we chose to put ourselves in danger. She just said, okay.
Yeah.
She's not, hey, y'all hang on to the fucking thing. I mean, like, we had a couple really cool bus drivers. One was named Fran or Franny. And she was actually married to my elementary school bus driver. We found that out later. He was really cool, Mr. Taylor. So he was like an old dude. He's like an old Navy dude.
Oh,
Like he had the fucking forearm tattoos. Could have been a Marine. I think it was a Navy dude because he had the anchor. And like he was cool as shit. Half the time couldn't understand him because he sounded pretty coon ass. And he was just a cool dude. Like just in general, very cool. When we were a substitute driver and they were fucking uptight or whatever, and they're like, "Well, these stupid fucking kids. I don't want these whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck you." And then we had Miss Smith, who was the one who was doing all the fun shit with us. And then eventually, she just either left that route or we aged out of that route, because now it was like past middle school. So then we got Franny, and she had a fucking attitude, but she loved us for the same reason. It's like, because we had just had Miss Smith, and because they talked to each other after the fact, she's like, "Hey, get with these kids." It was like we had the reputation from our other bus driver to the new bus driver about the shit we would do. You're like, "Look, I'm not going to do that. And then we eventually started talking her into doing the fucking thing. It's like, and then she's like, okay, y'all can't keep doing this. And there was a couple times where I was already driving, but shit went wrong, car broke down, and I had to ride the bus. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing here? She didn't say that, but she's like, I thought you were driving yourself. I was like, yeah, it is what it is. It's like, you know where I live? She's like, yep. And at that point, I was like the only kid on the street because everybody else was driving. I was like, couldn't catch a ride home with my friends. It was just one of those days. Because normally, you'd fucking ride home with your buddies, whatever.
Yeah.
Or even back in the day, if it was like a Friday, you go do a sleepover. I just ride to, or have my buddy pick me up instead of me driving to school. And then he'd just take me back to his place. Wait, that sounds so wrong. Whoops. Actually, we were in Oklahoma. I think that. Because I was trying to think if I knew somebody who lived in Oklahoma, and I think that's where my old friend Mike and his wife Casey live. They raise horses. I think they're in Oklahoma, and I might have just fucking remembered that after coming back from Oklahoma.
Damn.
But I mean, Oklahoma's an okay-sized state. That was a good joke. Sorry. I didn't mean to make that pun, but it was worth it.
It's longer than it is taller.
This is true. It is a very strange state.
Yeah, it is.
It is shaped like a frying pan.
It's true.
Which is the only time I've seen a panhandle that makes sense.
And there's like nothing in the panhandle of Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's just like more Texas. Yeah. It's like, can we just like trim that off and just make it more panhandle of Texas? Yeah.
When I worked out of Perryton, we would go up into that all the time. There's just fucking nothing there. We'd go into Kansas or we'd go over into Colorado and do stuff.
Yeah, because this is a short trip right into Kansas.
Yeah.
Because whenever we went to Colorado, that's the only time I've been in Oklahoma before. We got in dark. The only reason I knew we were in Oklahoma is because I saw the fucking casino. Couldn't miss it.
Yeah. No,
it's like it's pitch black and there's just suddenly a whole bunch of lights.
Yeah.
And I had heard there were casinos in Oklahoma because
was that WinStar?
It might have been, but I don't know.
That's not the
because I have no idea which direction we went. But I know when we came up north this time, going up into OKC, we did pass. I believe it was WinStar, and then another one. I wasn't paying attention. It was daytime, so I
There's
wouldn't
a whole
know.
bunch.
Yeah, didn't do a whole lot of night driving in Oklahoma. Mostly went back to the hotel and did nothing.
It's probably a good idea.
Actually, I don't even know that baby. Is she even in there?
No, she's not in here.
No, I thought she was in the kitchen. Maybe she does that. No, because I think we didn't stay out. Oh yeah. We didn't stay out after dark anywhere. Like, nope. Take that back. The Friday night we were out a little bit late at Prairie, but it was a real easy drive back to the hotel.
Yeah.
Actually, we didn't realize how easy it was until the next day when I paid attention to the map and I just went, wait, why don't I just go straight? It takes us straight back to the road. We just cut through Bricktown. I was like, oh, that was really fucking easy. But, dude, there was something going on with this fucking group of motorcyclists. Like, they were all met up at this Casey's gas station. And we saw one pull in there. And then immediately after turning left to go to our hotel, they just swamped behind us in one giant fucking group. Like, we hear them all revving and shit. I'm like, where the fuck are they going? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm getting out of their way. But that was Friday night. And then Saturday night, we come home from hanging out. There they are again. Same Casey's, all clustered up. I guess they're doing a ride or something, but I was like, where the fuck are these kids going?
Poker run or something.
All kinds of bikes, too. Some sports bikes, some like Harleys, some other shit. It's weird.
Sturgis ain't.
But it looked like the same group of people, so it's hard to know.
Yeah.
They're just maybe just meeting up doing fun shit. I mean, like we used to do car meets on Friday, Saturday nights back in the day.
Yeah,
and occasionally get into trouble. Every now and then. Dipshits who fucking come to the car meet and then they do burnouts to leave like assholes, and the cops are just sitting there waiting. Yeah. Like, hey, fucking stop it. You're going to get us kicked out.
And then they're dicks to everybody.
Yep. It's like, don't draw the cops are here to protect us. Don't be dipshits.
Yes.
And then it would be dipshits. Because I used to do that because I'd wash my car, shine up my rims and my exhaust every Friday to go down to the OC. And we'd have a little import get together.
Aw.
It was a lot of fun. That's how the Neon guys started meeting up for the first time.
Oh, okay.
Before Neons of Houston started.
Yeah.
And then it eventually became... was it ever Neons of Texas? No. It was just part of Neon. So it was neons.org, and our section was Neons of Houston. And then because we got tired of a guy named Dan who was running things, who was just a fucking dick, just wanted to control everything, and we're all up here, we're way north of everybody in Houston. So we gathered our own group and then renamed it Mist, which was Mopars in South Texas. Came up with our own logo, used the Mopar logo, and all that shit. So that way we weren't exclusively just neons, you know. So we could fucking, you know, did our own stuff. I still have that Facebook group going, but now people just pop in there to try to sell shit.
Oh,
We don't do anything with it, but
is it fucking T-shirts?
Huh?
Selling T-shirts?
well, car parts. It's usually like Facebook Marketplace, like car parts and stuff, or they're looking for stuff for their fucking charger or something. But yeah, no, it's like that was our group thing back then, going to car meets, and then I started going to Nifty 50s, which was hot rods and classics. That was just for fun. That wasn't showing off my car. That was actually run by my friend Josh's parents.
Oh,
Didn't
wow.
find that out till way later. And because they would bring their Pantera
Oh, sweet.
down there, and then what was the other vehicle they had? I think they had a Cobra, like a legit Cobra,
Wow.
like 427 Cobra. So they'd run those down there.
That's cool.
So supercharged Pantera and then like a fucking 427 Cobra. It was fucking sick. So, but yeah, that's good old days. I think we've gone long enough. It's been fun. It's been damn near 2 hours.
Yeah.
I've been rambling for like the last 30 at least. Because I didn't have any solid topics written down. I'm just like, I'm going to talk to Shaun.
Well, that's true, man. Nothing's really happening. Shows are all over for now.
I didn't have time to make notes. Usually I would make a few notes. There's a couple people died lately. I don't know.
No.
Nobody of any note that I could think of.
Dropping like fries everywhere.
But it's also like, oh, look, a 90-year-old celebrity died.
Imagine that.
Weird.
So weird.
It's like when the Queen died. Oh, wow.
Finally?
It's like she wasn't already dead.
Yeah. They don't have 6 of you in a closet somewhere just waiting for you to die and change
Yeah.
you out, kind of like we do.
I mean, like Biden?
Yeah.
Yeah. You go on Joe Biden 7.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel bad for those guys. They have to act more senile than they are.
Yeah. They're probably all pissy about it.
Well, did you see the last video, I think it was, where Biden tried to get on the empty plane that had just brought refugees back?
No.
You didn't see that shit?
The last-
So we did another prisoner exchange type situation. Got a whole bunch of refugees back, or prisoners back, except for one guy who was a teacher. For some reason, just said, fuck that guy. So they're on the tarmac, and it's like a nighttime thing, and the camera like did all this other stuff, and it's like Biden and Kamala, and then he just walks off and goes and gets on the fucking plane. And the camera just follows him, and I think either Kamala or Jill or somebody is trying to stop him, and he just
Oh,
fucking
my
goes.
God.
And I mean, that was a few weeks ago, but I just saw that. I was like, nobody's running this fucking country.
Nope.
We got a vice president who's running it, though she's not currently in office,
Nope.
making promises about things she will do when they vote for her. It's like, bitch, you are literally in power.
Yeah.
Right now, you got at bare minimum 7 months to just do whatever. It's like what you should be doing is executing all these plans now so they will vote for you.
That would be the smart thing to do.
It's like, no, it's like, what was it when Pelosi said, if you go ahead and vote for this bill, I'll tell you what's in it.
Oh, my
Remember
God.
that? Remember that?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
an omnibus bill.
Yeah.
We don't have time to look at it now, but if you go ahead and pass it, I'll tell you what's in it later.
Fuck your face. No.
Yeah. It's like, Kamala, I'll do all these great things, including confiscating your guns. If you vote me in, I'll shut down the border. I'll fix the economy. How? I just will.
Yeah, it'll just happen.
And
'cause
like,
it happens
you are
in-
currently vice president and more than likely actually the president right now. And I like what a lot of people are saying, and I believe it will happen. They'll wait till October, and suddenly Biden has an emergency, and they declare him unfit, and they make Kamala president by default. So she steals all the 47 thunder, because Trump is pushing all this Project 47, all his 47 merch, all that. If she becomes the 47th president by default, it completely ruins his shit. And then she's already stealing all of his plans already as it goes. Because she has no policy positions at all.
None.
She's just stealing what Trump is saying
Yeah.
or has said.
Yeah, and she's just full of shit too.
Or like the best one that I've seen so far, other than the confiscating guns, was the attacks on tips. Right as Trump had just
Isn't
said that
she
shit.
the one that put that in?
She was the tie-breaking vote to pass the omnibus bill that allowed for it.
Exactly.
So she doesn't even know that she's the one who put it into place in the first
Yeah,
place.
they don't, man.
And don't tell her that. Yeah. It's
What
funny.
a
though.
fucking mess.
And one last thing before we go, because I saw this and it was so infuriating. You know Don Lemon from fucking CNN? Or was on CNN. I don't think he is now. He was doing man on the street kind of interviews with people who they're voting for. And so he'd get the Trump voters and then ask them why and all this other stuff like that. And this one dude literally said, "It's like, look, under Biden or under Trump, everything was cheaper. I could afford to live. I made more money. Ever since Biden took office, everything's more expensive. I'm going broke." And Don Lemon's like, "The numbers don't show that. You're just imagining it."
Are you out of your fucking mind?
He's like, "I know you feel that way, but that's not what the numbers reflect." He's like, "Oh, I feel like the numbers in my bank account are less than they used to be, you dumb motherfucker."
Yeah.
I'd be like me, I've made more money last year than I have literally ever made. And it doesn't fucking feel like it.
Same. I used to be able to buy groceries on a budget for my small 4-member family, which you've seen how little the girls are.
They're tiny.
$100 to $120 a week. I could feed us
Easily.
for 7 days.
Yeah.
It's $220 to $250 now.
Yeah. At
Period.
least double.
Buying
At least
the
double.
Same shit.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
you
like,
can't tell me it's not.
living in Texas for the fact that beef cost is so high is ridiculous. And that's because they culled all the cows
Yeah.
due to bird flu.
And they keep doing it. It's like how many places have burnt down? How many times have they had to put their animals
How many
down?
crops are they just throwing away?
Exactly.
How many chickens are slaughtered?
Shit.
Remember the bird flu that came through again? They had to just start killing chickens again.
Well, what's the new thing? Monkeypox or
Oh,
spider
monkeypox.
flu?
That's our new thing to be scared of,
Oh my god.
which is primarily spread through direct contact with open source.
yeah. Yes.
and-
So let's
and
go rub
has-
our wieners with monkeys.
Well, that and the first outbreak was spread through a gay orgy nightclub situation.
Oh, that sounds a lot.
And that's how it got everywhere, was people who attended said orgy. Not joking. That's what happened the first time.
Oh my god.
That's literally what fucking happened.
Ew.
It's like, okay, and it's spreading rapidly in Africa where it originated, where people are probably getting sick, getting the things, coming into contact with people, or perhaps their clothing, don't realize what's happening.
Yeah.
It is a variant of smallpox,
Right.
but it's like, okay, but if you have a smallpox vaccine, you should be okay. Mostly okay.
Technically, yeah.
Most people don't, and over there, they still don't have the smallpox vaccine for the most part. Because it's middle of fucking Africa, unfortunately.
Third world country.
Despite Bill Gates' attempt to vaccinate the entire world.
Oh fuck yeah.
And or make them sterile, whatever he's technically trying to do.
Sterile zombies, whatever.
Yep, sterile. If you sterilize them to make them zombies, that's all you want. And then you put the brain chip in their head and you control their thoughts.
Yeah, and then charge them 3 times and tax them.
Yep.
Be fine.
Well, what's going to be really funny is when they put the Neuralink in your head and then they start taxing your thoughts.
Oh my god, I'm going to prison immediately.
They're going to be like, "Hey, if you thought about porn."
Ching.
Yes. But yeah, no, that's the current massive scare. It's like, coincidental. 4 months till the election. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
new,
weird,
new thing to not go out in public for. Be like, okay, but if that person has open source, I doubt they're going to be running around.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, whoops.
And who's just going to come up and like rub their sore in your face and shit?
I mean, if you just touch it one way or the other.
That.
I mean, maybe if you're like full on infected, maybe it's spread by saliva or something, but it's got to be like mostly direct contact. It's not like aerial.
But how many times have we been saying when this comes up, there will be another one come out? And it's
Something.
like they're almost fishing to see what's the scariest to people.
Well, they tried it with bird flu, the new bird flu, didn't work.
Right.
Tried it with the new COVID variant. Well, it's just COVID and it's just life now. Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's like COVID is just there. It's like, okay. It's exactly what we said 4 years ago. COVID's just going to be part of the norm.
Yep.
People are going to still catch COVID. There's no reason to freak the fuck out about it.
Yep.
People aren't dying of it in droves. They're getting sick. Like they get sick with the cold. They get sick with the flu. It's like every other type of fucking respiratory virus out there.
Yeah.
Odds are you're going to catch it someday. But we've got shit to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they pumped my dad full of meds. As far as I know, he ain't dead yet. My dad's already had COVID like 4 times, and he's fucking 91.
Right.
My mom, who's barely alive on any given day, it's not a good joke, but it's true. She's had barely any kidney function, horrible COPD, half her heart doesn't fucking work. She's had 4 strokes.
Damn.
She's had COVID like 4 times and been fine.
And still here.
And still fucking kicking.
Right.
And my fat ass fucking got COVID at least twice that I can think of. And other than torturing myself by taking too much fucking aspirin and Tylenol, I was fucking fine. Jessica, who was at least vaccinated, the second round of COVID was a little bit worse, but not by a lot.
Summer and the girls are both vaccinated and boosted once, I think. And the vaccination or the booster, I can't remember which one, but that was death to them.
Yeah, some people just didn't.
Dog, dude.
Not literally, internet. Sean is over here cracking open a cold one.
Yeah, and 4 years of me being around that shit multiple times, I never even had a sniffle.
But you know what's hilarious? You, like me, also fucking work in filth
Yeah.
and basically are exposed to tetanus and every other type of horrible fucking thing.
Oh my God.
Like I'm always catching my elbow or my knee on some fucking sharp, rusty, fucking dirty metal.
True.
I'd be like, if I'm not catching meningitis from where I fucking work, I'm not doing my job right.
Right.
And it wasn't until the only way I caught COVID was when it was like fucking beta, like the second one that ever happened.
Right.
And it was when I failed to clean my truck one day. I ran out of cleaning wipes and stuff. And somebody before me had COVID. So, I mean, but if you're in a work truck, you're in an enclosed fucking space for hours on end, coughing, sneezing, getting your fluids on everything, and then someone follows up behind you in the same enclosed environment, odds are they're going to catch it that way.
Yeah.
Because as far as I know, nobody I came into contact with, because I barely came into contact with anyone other than Jessica, and she didn't have it for 2 fucking years.
Right.
It's like she worked in clinics with fucking COVID patients. Didn't fucking catch it for 2 fucking years.
It's crazy, man.
Like, and then I had it, and like I said, it wasn't anything for me except for the fact I fucked myself up with the meds.
Yeah.
Which that was entirely on my fault. I was pre-taking stuff to make sure I didn't have a fever. That's why I fucked myself up. Yeah. And then I thought I was fucking dying. It was horrible. Never fucking take too much Tylenol or Advil, man. It's something fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
Man.
Kidney hurt, ow.
Stomach. It tore up my stomach so bad I thought I was going to throw up fucking blood.
Yeah. Is it Tylenol or ibuprofen? They'll eat a hole in your stomach.
Tylenol.
Tylenol?
Well, wait. Tylenol is ibuprofen. Aspirin. No, wait. What's the other one? Tylenol and Advil. Advil's ibuprofen.
Okay.
Tylenol will eat a hole in your stomach. But I was going back and forth because that way it didn't max out on but one and hurt myself. Turns out I just took way too much in general. But also the fact that, it gave me super senses for a while. That was the interesting part, was the super sense of smell.
That is fucking
Thank
weird.
God that went away. That was fucking unpleasant. I cannot describe to you what it's like to be made sick by the smell of bacon because it's so fucking strong.
Damn. That sounds horrible.
It was. The smell of bacon made me want to throw up.
Damn. Like
Yeah.
a pregnant lady.
Yeah, well, it happened because I made bacon in the oven, and the grease from it went everywhere and filled out the bottom of the fucking oven and burnt. So the house smelled like gross burning fucking bacon fat.
Oh, shit.
And then I got COVID, got my super sense of smell. She comes home with a bacon cheeseburger from fucking Sonic, and the smell knocks me on my ass.
Damn.
Because it made me want to throw up, and that's when my stomach was tore up. So it took me a while. I couldn't take anything for a while. I couldn't even drink anything. I couldn't put anything in my stomach because it was rejecting everything.
God.
Because it was so torn up. Like the actual fucking fever and all that sucked. The coughing kind of sucked, but that fucking destroying my stomach is what got me.
Yeah.
Or else I'd have just had a boring day or a boring week at home building model kits.
Yeah.
Because I had nothing better to fucking do at the time. And now I don't even build model kits. I take that back because I do still have some of the SMP, like Power Ranger stuff coming from Lightspeed Rescue because they're re-releasing those. I'm like, fuck yes! I get the Super Train Megazord finally. I've always wanted that, dude. Even the model kit, because the Super Train Megazord actual deluxe thing was one of the biggest things they ever made because it's a carrier / Megazord. So it's a train. A 5-car train that held the regular Zords inside each one of the train cars.
Okay.
So the regular Megazord was like a foot tall. The Super Train Megazord was almost 2 foot tall.
Damn.
So it's fucking huge. The SMP, because it's a small model kit, right? I think it's 144, give or take. The model alone is like a foot tall.
Damn.
Because it's the same scale as the old thing was. And you can still make it into the train form. You could still put the regular Zords inside it. And you can connect it to the Max Solar Zord is what we called it. I forgot what its actual name is. So it's like a space shuttle that has like solar panels. It connects to the train to take it into space.
Damn.
So that was part of it too. I was like, one of my favorite fucking Megazords I never got to have. And now I can have it in weird little fucking model form.
Man, I stopped before Zeo.
Zeo. Yeah.
I remember
So
seeing
Ninja
it.
was your cutout.
Yeah, that was the end of my Power Ranger stint. I don't know why.
It was probably the Alien Rangers. You're like, these fucking weird purple-headed alien people that talk like they're underwater at all times.
Yeah.
The Aquatarians.
I can remember going over to someone's house and I can hear it in the background. And I remember seeing certain things, and it just like it didn't interest me at all. I was just done with them.
Yeah, I liked Zeo because the theme song fucking kicked ass. And I had that's the only one I ever had the full set of Zords too.
No kidding.
Yeah, I had all of them.
I'll be damned.
I had more money, and they were easily available. I didn't have money when the MMPR stuff came out, so I never had any of the original MMPR.
Oh.
I had the Thunder Megazord, and that was it. And then I got the Falcon Zord, and then the Shogun Megazord, but never had the Ninja Megazord, which I loved, but my best friend had it, so we kind of had the...
Okay.
So I had the other two. He didn't ever had the Falcon Zord, so we had trade-off there. But I never had a Dragon Zord, never had a... Oh, I had a makeshift Tiger Zord that I no longer have. I sold it to Will. He went to restore it. I stole it from my cousin. Because I had the fucking Thunder's Megazord, so I needed a Tiger Zord. So I stole his because he treated it like shit. He never put the stickers on.
I remember those.
He fucking lost all the fucking accessories. Didn't have the sword. Didn't have the fucking red things on the arm.
Little
None of
red
that.
bulbs. Or
He had broken the fucking light up sound part. Like, so I mean, it was a piece of shit. So I like painted a lot of the details, like hand painted with little full model or testers type paints.
yeah.
That was my first like real effort into trying to paint something to look okay. Of course, it looks horrible now after decades of fucking dust and sun.
Yeah.
Because I got it back from my mom's house after it was stuck in a box for fucking 15 years. So Will bought that off me for like $30. He said he's going to restore it. Because Will is also a big nerd, but he's also a huge D&D guy. I know you heard that in the thing. So he's got a D&D room set up at the new place.
Holy
so once
shit.
I get moved in, I think we might go do a quick campaign night.
That'd be cool, man.
Dip my toe in the water because I don't fucking want to do it.
Easy.
It's like, look, I want to see the orgy first before I take my socks off. If I take my socks off, then I'm joining in.
Then I'm here to stay.
You always leave your socks on at the orgy. If you're not going to participate anyways. That's how you get monkeypox.
Yeah, that's how you get monkeypox.
You get monkeypox at the D&D orgy. I got to talk to Will about the D&D orgy.
Hey, man.
Because he's got the miniatures and all that shit, and he's the dungeon master. So he's already got all the shit, so I just have to participate. But
man,
but then I'll be I know exactly what's gonna fucking happen.
Yep.
I know exactly. You ever heard Joe Rogan talk about playing not Doom. What was that other game? Quake. You ever heard how obsessed he got with Quake? That will be me with fucking D&D if I fucking do it.
Yeah.
It's like, if I open that door, it's not going to be fucking closed for years on end, and it will cost me my relationship and everything I have. Yeah. It's like all my collectibles, all that shit, that's going to go away, and I will just have a fucking dungeon. I will focus entirely on it. I will have all of my content focus entirely around D&D.
Oh. That's a slippery slope.
Because with my creative mind, I would never allow someone else to just be the dungeon master. I would have to be the fucking dungeon master at all times. It like every waking hour at work, I'm just going to be writing down the next fucking thing. Mm-hmm. But I will, because I don't remember if you definitely listened to the first episode of Will came on and we talked D&D. Mm-hmm. That progressive campaign with two groups of people who don't know that they're in a campaign together. If we execute that idea successfully, I think it would be awesome.
Absolutely.
So the one group has the main story. The second group is based off of what the first group does. Mm-hmm. And they have no idea that they're actually playing the campaign behind someone else until they come together for the final clash and realize that they are in their own campaign against each other. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, I want that to fucking happen. I told Will, if you want help, I will fucking help. Mm-hmm. Because it sounds awesome. If you can maintain the secret.
That's awesome.
As soon as the secret comes out, then it's fucking ruined. Because at that point, it's going to be like whenever somebody spoils a fucking movie before it's supposed to come out and they have to early release it. Mm-hmm. Or like when, like, how many things of content have been fucked up because things got spoiled really early and they just said fuck it and they dropped it before it was done. And they're like, fuck it, we'll just rush the ending. It would be the same thing with this campaign if somebody finds out. Be like, well, fuck you. We got to end this now. Be like, all right, guys, you wait here. I'm going to go get the other team. They're going to be like, what other team?
Yeah.
and then the other group of people who have no clue what the fuck is going on show up, and then you've got a table set up with both fucking sides, and it's like, here we go.
Don't do it, man.
You finally caught him. it's like you finally caught him. They finally caught up to you, and there's like, wow.
Yeah.
It's like, it'll be fun if you can make it like a 6 or 8 week campaign.
God almighty.
That'd be a lot of fun.
It would be, man.
Especially if you record the whole thing.
You're going to get deep.
Because
Like Critical
imagine
Role.
recording it and then you're putting it out as pieces of content after it's ended.
Yeah.
So you get the story from both sides as it goes.
Kinda
Like a
like
reality
Critical-
show.
Yeah. Dude, I like watching Critical Role on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or
Or whatever it was originally.
Yeah, yeah, I
Geek
can't-
and Sundry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. We should probably end. It said like well over 2 hours now.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. I mean, so we're having fun. We just keep rambling.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that's going to be it for this episode, I suppose. Fuck. I should have set something up beforehand.
What happened?
So I'll mention it in a second. So either way, guys, do the like and subscribe thing. Of course, if you want to write into the show, you can do so at NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail@gmail.com or follow us on the Facebook at NowYouMadeItAwkward Podcast. And you can send in a message, much like Shaun usually does, but of course he's here to do the thing. And with that, we come to the ending, the closing that exists because of you. So the tick we missed was you suddenly getting up and leaving and saying, okay, bye, in the middle of the podcast.
Oh, that's right.
I was like, shit, we missed that tick from the get-go. Because that was always the joke, that me and Mike would be sitting there talking, and then you would just be like, okay, bye, after not saying shit for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that was me.
Because you had to go do something with Summer.
Yeah.
Or the girls or whatever. Go make dinner because it's like 9 p.m. Like, gotta make fucking dinner.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you've been sanding a fucking resin kit.
I did forget I did that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So all right, here's your first in-person K-bye. So look to the camera and give them...
Okay, bye.
fall off the chair. I would have paid so much money if you just fell over.